From screen to real life, the spicier the better. Girl, what's the tea is here with your spicy dose of chaos. Sprinkle with a little love. Hello, it's your girl, what's the tea? Let's talk about it.
Hello. How are we doing? Where are my people? Come on in. So welcome. You are tuned in to Let's Talk About It, where we deep dive into the juiciest moments from our favorite reality TV shows. And of course, I am your host, the hostess of the mostest, Miss Monica. And tonight we're going to be serving up some hot tea from this explosive season of the finale of Ready to Love. Yeah, it was a little bit much. It was a little bit tea dropping. Y'all know I'm going to fuck the words up, right? We got some tea dropping. We got some spillers. We had some heartbreaks. We got some curveballs. Ready to Love season 9, episode 12. We got some dead flowers. Lord have mercy. We got it all. So this was a emotional roller coaster. And guess what? Me and my people are here to definitely break it down. All right. We're going to talk about all the last minute alliances. We're going to talk about all the tea in the streets. We have a guest back with us again. All right. That's going to help us get some inside detail on really what goes on behind and on set. Right. So Ready to Love is here to stay. Season 10 has already been put out that they're going to have it. We just don't know when and where, but we do know that there's a season 10 coming. So guess what? We're not going to hold back. Let's get into it. And guess what? We just going to let's talk about it. And it starts right about now.
Girl, what's the tea is here with your spicy dose of chaos. Sprinkle with a little love. Hello, it's your girl, what's the tea? Let's talk about it.
So, I cannot do this without my people. So, we're going to bring on all of my people. I got DJ Smooth from the H. Gonna bring her on because guess what? I can't drop the tea without the tea dropper. What's up, Smooth? How you doing?
Hey there, I know I was a tea dropper, but let me sip and pour. Hey y'all, how y'all doing?
Yeah. I have to let y'all know that I've been playing with some stuff, and so everybody know Miss DJ Smooth is the number one DJ, female DJ around all of the H-Town and everywhere else. So
but that don't sound appropriate. What is that? You're gonna have to talk about your sound effects, like for real. We won't have to, because that sounded
T-porn.
Listen. Yeah, we're gonna have to talk about some of your sound. That is not what that was given. That was given expulsion, not Don't worry about it.
Okay. I'm gonna get better. I'm new to the game. All right. So we gotta bring our sister from another mother. We gotta bring our Black Power. We gotta bring Miss Tamasha, 1 in a million. She out in the streets of Dallas through the H. She just everywhere. What's up?
What's going on, y'all? You know what I'm saying? Welcome to tonight. I hope you guys enjoy, and I am just as anxious as everyone else to see what's up. This was a packed episode. This is gonna be an interesting recap, nonetheless. I'm ready.
You're gonna drop some bombs?
Hey, you know what I'm saying? This is unique. Now, this is But this is some powerful stuff to talk about on certain levels. You know, you have to respect everyone's truths. So these were some pretty hard pills to swallow on a certain level. So
That's connected to me. I don't know what you talking about. We called this shit
you
weeks
know what I'm
ago.
saying? You know what I'm saying? So
Thank you, God.
it's the climate of what's in the streets today. Men have a voice and they're vocalizing that. So Chaz kind of took the lead on that. So I'm curious.
Well, speaking of the men of the show,
Bring
we
on some
have
sexy.
yeah, we got some men. We got a man from the show. We got one of them explosive men from the show. I
He
remember when
wasn't explosive. He was expressive.
he was explosive.
He was expressive.
He
He
came
said
right
what
on the show
he
from day
said what he
one.
said. He stood on it.
He
He a
stood on
man.
it.
He's a man's man. He wasn't playing no game.
I think he was explosive. He blew it up, started it up, got everybody ready. Mr. Lamar. We're gonna bring Mr. Lamar. He want to come back for a second dose. He liked the crew. He liked the tea droppers over here. What's up,
Come
Mr.
on
Lamar?
in.
What's up? What's up, man?
Sexy
What's
Tanya.
happening? Yes. What's up? I appreciate you having me again. When I got some time, I'm coming on. Thank you for having me. There's a lot going on, man. I'm glad to be here. That's why I said I gotta make this one. Yeah, there's a lot going on.
A lot
I'm
going on.
excited. And happy Easter. Thank you so much for having me. For real.
Happy Easter. Happy Easter.
Yes.
Well, like we always do, we're gonna get this shit started. And we're gonna start off with our narrator because I know she got notes. Okay. Yeah, this one over here. So she gonna break down the finale, and then we're gonna pick it apart, and then we're gonna go into some real what is tea on the streets. Oh, that's my new thing. And don't y'all bloggers go try to copy what I just said. It's mine, okay? Tea on the streets. We're gonna talk about some tea on the streets after we talk about this finale. So go on, Miss Smooth, tell us the breakdown.
All right. Greetings, everybody. My name is DJ Smooth. I am the only female DJ Smooth in Houston. Look, so now we're at the finale, right? So Tommy in Tommy's fashion throws this barbecue. I ain't seen nobody eating nothing, but whatever. We gonna, I'm just saying, I don't know who they hired up there to cook the barbecue, but semantics. We now even get into that. So the scene starts off with Chaz and Laron having a conversation. They are doing some check-ins with each other, which is a good thing. Men should do that more often. Y'all should check in with your friends, see how they doing. Laron is a little off. He's a little off the process because he seems a little deflated because things are not going the way he imagined them to be going. Same with Chaz. He is in an utter disbelief that all these women are not on the Chaz train. Choo choo. Then they start to pan in with the rest of the folks, which is being Vanessa didn't show because her and Chaz already had a conversation, which I think is long overdue, but I'll bring on that in a minute. Miss Maya coming in with her flowy, it's almost like she's Snow White. Remember you watched the cartoon, they got the little butterflies and birds flying. That's what I imagine around her, right? And then you have Patrice and Alonzo coming in as well. Alonzo being his same goofy self. I don't really say, well, he's goofy, but not in a bad way. It's kind of, he don't know when to cut it off sometimes. So the conversation between Laron and Chaz was interesting because, as I previously mentioned, Chaz and Vanessa had a conversation, which was very much well needed. And Chaz is just disbelief that Vanessa is no longer tolerating whatever he's trying to put down. Like she is sick of his shit. Okay. I don't know if he's ever been addressed by a woman like this, but he is just aghast. He is just clutching the pearls that he cannot believe that his precious Vanessa is coming for his jugular like this. And she's letting him know, like, look, in so many terms, you're a narcissist. You believe in self-love, which is all about you. You don't really concern yourself with how your actions reflect on others or how somebody else feels. And he is just in disbelief that she even had the gall to say that. Just how dare you? So that pretty much nullified their quote unquote connection. I don't know about y'all, but I saw this coming from a mile away. Like when they was at the getaway, I told y'all she shut that. It was a wrap when she was at that window with that blanket on. I told y'all that. He didn't believe it. So what y'all thought?
All right, what about you, Tamash? What's your thoughts? We can't hear you.
Man. Okay, my bad. So overall, or
He's focusing on stay focused.
well, that's why that's why I asked the question. So overall, or which part do I need to start with?
Okay, well, let me just help you out for a minute. Hold on.
Yeah, I was like, which part? Because that was pretty meaty, you know what I'm saying? To pick apart, baby. Tell me where to stop.
Hold on.
In this final stage of the process.
To keep it a band with you, a little unsure. You know, communication hasn't been really great with me and old girl. You know, we had that little incident. Maya and I hung out outside the process, even though we weren't supposed to. It was all good until this guy is all up in her ear, super close, and she should have told that dude to back up. I was angry with her, but I just said F the situation and I left. And then pretty much communication's been dead ever since.
All right, let's pause there.
You
Yeah.
know, okay. Yeah. So
Let's
that's a
pause.
good, yeah.
Let's
That's
pause
a
there.
good,
So
yeah.
I ask you this: with all of what we've heard, because there's so much tea that has been exposed in
Mm-hmm.
all the episodes, and what we've heard going back and forth and listening to him, he says here that she was angry because she should have told the dude to get up out of her face.
Mm-hmm.
He was angry. He said F the situation and he left.
Mm-hmm.
So now, with all the back and forth, what are you feeling about? Is he in denial about what he really did?
I think they represent two different threads of relationship standard and communication. It is truly man and woman. It's almost like if we were in the 70s, this would be an acceptable normal behavior because that was a man. That's what he, you ain't supposed to be, listening to his interview with Crystal, his interview that he did himself, looking at his post. He's just offended that as a man, you supposed to be there. We talking. There's just certain things you don't do to a man. And now, what it would take to help him feel secure, that part is, all that depends on what that woman's willing to do to meet that need. Some men they want you to get an attitude. Don't touch me, I got a man. And then some men they just want acknowledgement. Don't take it too far. So that threshold that he may have that would make him trust. I don't know. And with him being young, I think that's dangerous because there's nothing that woman will be able to do to fill in that gap. But his whole mentality has been 100% the same. It's just coming out more as we see his dominance, I think, towards Maya. And his expectation in the way that he treats her is truly based off how she's presented. She comes off like Black Barbie doll. She comes off tender, protect me, cut down the trees around me, and set my flowers in my basket. So that creates a caveman. And for someone like Laron that has that already managed threshold there, and it gives him room to do that. And so I think that she's speaking back is challenging everything that creates a trust for him. Her saying, "Hey, I don't have a tolerance for that. I can't deal with your temper. If you bucking like this over a phone number, what you gonna
Right.
do if I'm hugging my cousin? Like,
Okay. So
you know."
let's back up a little bit. I don't mean to cut you
Mhm.
off. I want to go to Lamar and I want to get a man's perspective on this.
Yes.
This is the question I have for you. You, me. are pursuing one another, maybe it's an interest there. You come to the spot with your people, I'm in the spot with my people. We're in the same spot. But we are showing interest in each other outside of the spot on our own time, right? But we're in the same spot. We have not said we are in a committed relationship. We're not even exclusively dating. We are just entertaining each other, enjoying each other's company. But we ended up being hanging with the same people in the spot together. And boom, I'm looking good. You looking good. Is there boundaries of this in this spot? Or are we not exchanging numbers? Or are we not talking to other people? Or is that disrespectful if you see me talking? Or should I feel disrespected if I see you talking to another female just because we are entertaining each other, but we have not set any ground rules on what this relationship consists of? Should this be an argument? Should this be a problem? Is this a red flag? If it's an argument, if I come to you and be like, "Who the fuck this chick is?" and you're like, "Wait a minute, hold on." I mean, is that a red flag? I mean, like, how are you handling this situation?
I would look at it as watch people moves. It'll tell you a lot. People ain't got to say stuff. So if we've had great rapport with each other, we're building something, and you know the person that you with, the moves and the actions will tell you a lot. So if even if I was at a spot, you was at a spot with my people, you with your people, we trying to make something happen, and I see something. It depends. If I was there, it's a move you made, right? I don't need to check you on nothing because I'm in a place to do that. But I see your moves. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, oh, hey, you said that you cooked a lot or something, but yet you ain't made me no meal when I was at your house or something like that. But you ain't never made me no breakfast, but you said you was. It's just that means that you don't do that. I'm not expecting it, right? So I like some people expect people to cook every day and clean every day. If they ain't gonna do that for you, then you know that you love her for who she is. So it's the moves. You only gotta say, so you don't cook, so you don't clean. Well, is she doing that? Know who you with. So if somebody's gonna talk, if they're a sociable person, if she needs to tell you about it, she'll tell you about it. And if you want to respect her, like if it was me on the other hand, I'm talking to her because I'm a DJ, I'm outside, a lot doing events, and so you should already understand my position. You don't know what that is, but I ain't gonna disrespect you, So if you feel like you're disrespected, that's to each its own, because that's every man is different. That's not disrespectful to me because we ain't in no committed relationship, and so therefore in a committed relationship, you already know because I'm about to come explain to you. What that is, or you already came to my event, or you came out there, or I met you, you out there, you're known, whatever it may be. I mean, she's known in Dallas, she's known in the area, so you're gonna know some people. It could be something from the past. That's why you can't jump to conclusions and things. So sometimes people might jump up. I don't know what that situation personally, but far as a man's perspective, it depends. Just watch her moves. And the same with the lady. Watch his moves. He gonna tell you a lot without even talking out his mouth.
I agree.
Now you were on the Crystal interview. You started it out, and you fell off. Why did you come back?
Okay, hold on. Back up.
I'm asking that for a reason because we talked about this and Laron answered some stuff. So I don't know if he heard that or not as far as why his dating style is the way it was. Because I was about to follow up and ask that. But yeah, you fell off right when that happened.
I need that smooth. I need one of them backup.
Well, just to answer that, we okay.
Me.
No. We're gonna come back to that. Okay.
Write it down. Write your question down.
Put that in the parking lot.
Yeah, I heard what he said. Like I heard his answer. His response made me ask a question.
Put it in the parking lot. Put it in the parking lot. We're gonna come back.
All right.
Well, wait a minute. So so to caveat off of what Lamar said, let me start this off by saying your intention versus the communication equals the execution, right? So if the intention is not clearly communicated, meaning if the two parties that are involved, I talk like a lawyer, I'm sorry, y'all, but sue me. If the two parties that are involved have not communicated their intentions clearly to one another, then there's no like, you got to go in saying, well, what are we doing? And then one thing I hate about 2024 already, even though tomorrow will be the 1st of April, is that we are not clearly defining what we're trying to accomplish. You know what I'm saying? I get it. We watch moves. That it is a thing to be observative, but communication isn't being observant. Communication is an active interaction between two individuals to gain a clearer understanding. So if you can't communicate clearly with the person that you're pursuing and they don't have a clear understanding, then you can't have any expectations. Okay, let me break it down. If you and I are dating, or if you and I are the talking stage, meaning we are occasionally seeing each other, right? We've had conversations, we're texting, we're going out on dates, right? But that on my end does not constitute a relationship. But if that constitutes a relationship on your end, and we have not come together to say we are in a relationship, I on my end don't give a damn what you see, because I don't think we're in a relationship. We're dating. We're in the process of getting to know one another. But if I don't tell you that clearly, you have the freedom to make an assumption, and then you making your assumptions, not y'all, but you being the figurative person, are going to then draw off your own. You're going to draw your own conclusions off your own assumptions. So if I don't make it clear from the jump, then that's misleading. That's why people get in their feelings, because they feel like they were misled, they were used and abused, figurative, not figuratively, but you playing on my top, you playing with my emotions. That's why people lose their sense of self and common sense in the situation. I'm not defending Laron's actions, I'm explaining them, because people that have problems clearly communicating continually run into these issues. Say what you want to say what you want.
That's right.
And it's up to the other person to say, yeah, I'm with you on that. No, I'm not really feeling that. They never really did that. I don't give a damn how many dates you go on. That don't mean nothing. I take my damn self out on a date. What that mean?
Well, let's watch this. Go ahead.
I want to say, just kind of after what you said was, I agree with you, but I think that, once again, this is like dating is not where your camera's in front of your face all the time. And so therefore, if it was that form of communication, which was verbal, also you can have action, which is a form of communication. I could say, you'd be like, I'm choking, and I ain't even say nothing, but I'm choking. So now, Lamar, you okay? So if they had said something prior to, if they haven't discussed that, because maybe what we see, he probably felt another way off his feelings, maybe that, and that just wasn't communicated yet. Maybe he was too soon, maybe whatever it may be, who knows, right? But the thing is, it's still, if they ain't spoke, now he's looking, that's a form of communication. Like, I don't do that, but maybe you should talk about it. And maybe he didn't talk about it right. So that might be the discussion of how maybe he approached it. Maybe he could have came a different way, because sometimes you only get one chance. You don't get a second chance sometimes,
Okay.
It just depends.
Stay right there, because you just said something that I'm about to show. That second, first, third
Watch
chance.
this.
Hold on.
I was confused this whole time, bro, because I was like, there's no way she's still mad at me.
I'm not mad. I'm not coming at you crazy. I'm just trying to express myself, and this is the reaction I get. I don't want to express myself with you. That's not a safe space for me.
All right.
They talk?
Oh yeah, wait a minute.
Right
He's
there.
upset.
He just did it.
Exactly. But the
That
problem
was communication.
Laron, walk
You
with
walked
me.
off.
Here's
Come here.
Here's the
Get
issue.
together. Come on. Just everybody breathe.
I'm good, man. Trust me.
See, I'm not. That's what I'm not doing. He's too childish.
I'm childish.
As
I'm childish, but you don't hit me back.
as
How am I
childish.
childish? Because I don't want to sit here and get played on national TV.
Bam.
that.
Okay. I want to make this comment, and I'm gonna make this comment, right? And this is just my opinion. This is no one else's opinion. This is my opinion. My opinion about this situation, because this situation has taken over the whole show, right? We couldn't even really dwell on Chaz's and Vanessa's drama
Right.
because of this. Because Chaz and Vanessa's drama was some drama, but this right here overpowered it. So that's why we always have to come back to it, because this has become the whole narrative of the show. Outside the show, a year later, like this is what's happening. Now, I think that this young man really, really liked this young lady. Okay, genuinely.
For sure. Oh yeah. Yeah. For sure.
I think that this young man dropped the ball so many times to be submissive, because people think submissive just go in one direction. They think it's just for the woman. It's not. It's not. I think that he dropped the ball one too many times when he had the open floor. He had he had all the room to calm down and show her that he's capable of being that guy. But he was so he was so concerned about how he looked to the public, to the world, on TV, to Twitter, to Instagram, to Facebook groups. He was so trying to you fellas. He wanted to be the guy. He wanted to be the leader of the pack. He wanted to be in the front line. He wanted to drive the bus. He just wanted all of that attention, to where he forgot about that, hey, she trying to tell you that this is not something that she used to and that she even wants. Actually, the world doesn't want it. None of us wanted it. Nobody in the stands wanted to see you fumble the ball so many times and then get up and be mad about because you fumbled the ball. So you want to cuss out the coaches, you want to cuss out the referee, you want to kick the ball thingy, you want to throw your helmet off. You want to do all of those things, and nobody wanted to see that. We only wanted to see the game played the right way, and you dropped the ball. I'm just saying, he dropped the ball. That's
First
my
of all, look, Monica, you got me for a second, because I was like, wait, she finna say something positive.
that was positive.
You got me, dog, because I thought you was really. I was like, wait a minute.
I was my message to him.
I appreciate your colorful perspective.
Yes, I'm colorful.
No, that's one color, but again, all right. Listen, so let's. I'm not the devil's advocate. I believe in looking at both sides of the pendulum, right? So from the beginning, Laron was interested in Maya, right? Am I right or wrong?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. She never really had a real interest in Laron. Not genuinely. Not genuinely.
Mm-hmm.
We have to be realistic, because when a woman is interested in a man, right, we show that interest, So I think that his feelings were more into her than she was into him. But instead of her saying that, right, she allowed him to fly on that Boeing 747 and then eventually crash. And then when he showed his emotions, which is a humanly thing to do, I'm not saying he did it the right way. I'm saying sometimes when you aren't properly taught how to argue, because you have to learn how to argue. You have to learn how to communicate. Nobody comes out of the womb knowing how to do those things. You have to be taught those things. So if you aren't taught how to communicate your feelings and express how you feel, right? And if he only has anger to help push that, then that's how it's going to come out until he learns how to do it otherwise. She's saying you're not giving me a safe space. Well, the dude felt like you was playing in his face. And I feel that. I see it. If you'd have told him from jump, you know what? I appreciate that you like me. I appreciate you showing me the attention, but I ain't really feeling you like that. Slow down, because this is not a relationship. Let's take it slow. But she's doing the ghosting, the I'm not replying back, and now you want to blow up and say he all, immature as fuck, whatever fuck she said. That again, so you doing pretty much what he just did to me. So now you're trying to humiliate him, which is gonna make the situation even worse. Monica, I don't know what you're saying, but I can't hear a word you're saying, baby.
Okay, you being the devil advocate, you really is. Okay, Tamar, what did you say about that?
I think that she said what she said. I think they had a lot of conversations off screen. The question that would be fair to ask is, would his behavior have been the same if it was one of the men from the process that talked to her versus a total man that wasn't a part of the process? I didn't see him blow up like that with no cast member. So that was a part of that question that my mind wondered, because his threats, his whole censor was to the unknown.
But that's not true. That's not true, though.
It's like, yeah, he felt threatened and all, but he ain't buck nowhere near. If he had pulled the stunt he did at the club with any of these men on the cast, baby, it would have been a different story.
But he did. He did.
He did.
He did.
Not as bold, not as flamboyant.
Yes,
like
he
did.
Yes, he did.
Okay,
Y'all
jumping the course. We don't know what y'all talking about. So
okay, let me go back. She's saying that he did not do that. He did not show that type of energy if it was another cast member. It was only one other interest that she had on the show.
That's not what Tamasha just said. She said if it was a man, he did not give the same energy that he gave to these women. That's what she just said.
He did. He gave it to William right here on the platform.
But see, it was controlled in that setting. It was nowhere near as loud. And I'm looking like if he had stood like that in that whole setting when he had them all sitting there, instead of trying to play everybody else around it and keep it controlled, that would have been a whole nother thing. And that's where I'm looking like, so he got certain triggers when he want to be. He got control.
And I agree, because he did the same thing to Coach Shea.
You know what I'm saying? Right. You know what I'm saying? It's like he knows. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I wonder.
Like that.
You know what I'm saying? And that's why I'm looking like, with none of the men on the show, with everybody going, he didn't have none of this. He had his little words, whatever. But a man outside now, here you go, you this, and I'm like, okay, yeah, it's a real heavy complex with this control and what triggers him off. He's like in certain areas, like a mine, a bomb that's built underground. You just don't know. You just stepped on something that just blew up. So for me, I know that in that Crystal interview, he expounded a lot because everybody wanted to know, like you say, it took over the show. My question is, with Koshea and with Maya, we don't see his explosions. Right. And from your perspective, Lamar, with you knowing him outside of the show and still kind of talking to him throughout this airing, is the person is this managed behavior person that we getting from the show and from these Twitters and all this? Is this really him that you around? Like, is this his dating relationship language? Is this the type of person that you encounter? Because we have two different women that have had two separate situations happen. Similar triggers though, and we're seeing it clearly with Maya a little bit more, because this didn't involve a cast member. This was a total person at a club, so it was uncontrolled, and we got to see it in its rawest form. So from your opinion, what do you think about that?
Well, Twitter, Instagram. Hold on before you. I just want to, because this might help you, Lamar. This might help you with what you're about to say. Instagram says, Frank says we are laboring under the assumption that he knows how to play the game. If a person is interested in you, no matter who they are, they will show you where they stand. Okay, Lamar?
Correct.
Yeah, and I agree with that. And like I said, back to the signs, you're you'll kind of feel it. If you got that connection, you might got to work harder, to get it. But I think that going back to what you said, yeah, he is consistent on that. That's not all. That's not TV. He is a very vocal person. Um, we've had some words before, off, because I met him after that, and we cool now, but that's just because things but sometimes you can't get that back with certain situations. We didn't have nothing like that. Sometimes words can hurt people, and they said sticks and stones, but they lied to us about that, so because words hurt, and sometimes you can't, come back from it. It was too. We didn't get into no spat like that. We just some disagreements about some things,
Right,
So
y'all had managed, yeah.
Right. It's just some disagreements, and so that was it. And then we squashed that. That was on something else, not about a girl or nothing like that. We're just trying to do some business, but he is
So do you
consistent.
think? So do you think this process do you feel that it exposes some of your weaknesses as a man? Like this was something that was totally off guard. He brought her into a territory that he felt that he had some control over as far as the club or the people he may know there. And then get in there and lo and behold, she knows someone too. And so this whole uncontrolled, no production, no editing atmosphere created this, so and to us that are older, we're like, okay, this is the area that if you want to be ready to love, you're gonna have to work on that, because you can't beat up everybody just because people speak to the
Oh
person you're with.
yeah, I
You
don't do
can't
that.
fight the world, right? Because the first female that say hi to him, he's gonna cherish that, and he's not gonna be the same way with her like how he would want his woman to be with men. So that's a double standard we'll know he'll grow into. But this process seemed to have brought a lot of that out. So
It
as
did.
far as all of y'all, as far as
It
each
did.
of you, so for you, how has this type of thing, as an older man, how and going through this process and being LaRon's age and all of that, how and with your experience with Maya, early on, how did you interpret this situation from
I
what you
interpreted
gathered?
I interpret it as, like I say, each man is different. Like everybody trying to get, it's like almost like a competition. The process is, to me, being honest with you. That's not how I date. I didn't choose that date. None of those dates I chose. So and I didn't know who I was about to date. You want me to keep it 100 with you? So I don't know what I'm going to. So I always approach who I want to approach, and I'm gonna be that. Maya's cool. I've sat down with her. Now, have I had that much time with Laron and they did as I was gone to exit? No, I did not. But she cool people to me. Now, whatever they got, that's this. But Laron is who he is, though. I mean, I'm not saying that he's an immature man. He's just a man coming into his own. This is how I don't know him when he was younger, so I can't say he needs to mature. That ain't my place to say that because I'm still doing that. And then also they gonna show what they gonna show. And they gonna say what they gonna say. Now, if you rebuttaling on things, that's on you as a person. It's just like, in Hollywood, when you rebuttal something, people say, oh, then I guess it's true. So because when you say certain things that's been said and you try to defend yourself, you're gonna give them something more to talk about. So either you just stick to your guns, whatever is shown, it's there. People gonna have their perspective of what the situation is. But to me, I think Laron, he really cared for her, and then TV gonna show that, and then he really did, and so he might have got emotional, and there's some stuff you might not see, but he really did. I ain't gonna lie, he really feel for Maya, and that's on some GP. He really do, and I seen that. That's after the show. You feel me? Like he really cared for her. Now, whatever's being said, I don't know about all that, but as far as what I know, he did. I don't know if he still do. I don't know about all that, but he really did on the show.
I think his feelings are straight right now.
I don't know. I think he really did care. So you're getting a real emotional person. I don't think
Yeah.
it was no acting. I don't think that was no acting or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He might just, you saw who he was with somebody. He was like, ooh, yeah. And then you saw a man that really had a, damn, I got her. You know what I'm saying? I didn't pull her. As a man, you pull something, you like, ooh, I don't want to mess this up. But sometimes we do. Sometimes we mess it up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree with what DJ Smooth said at the beginning when she piggybacked off of what I said. I agree with her 100%. is that she played the game a little bit better than he did. And she won.
What game is that? I'm sorry.
We'll talk about it later. But she played the game better than him and she won. And I mean
I don't think it. I don't think it was okay. So
that's just the words that I choose to use.
right. What I'm saying is that I don't think because okay. So if you've never watched the show or anything like that, right, and you go into this process completely oblivious, and having a genuine expectation, right?
Mm.
Then when you learn what it really is, it's a bit of a letdown, kind of like poking a small hole in a balloon. The air starts to come out and you get a little deflated about the process, right? And the process is not as
Genuine.
bright and cheery towards the end, right? Because however, and I don't want to spend too much time on Laron and Maya just because I think both of them have work that they need to I think both of them have work that they need to work on, and it's not a negative observation, because I used to be 31 and wild and all of that, so I get it, but I do think that seeing that neither they weren't on the same sheet of music from the jump.
No.
LeBron had different intentions and expectations. That's why I drill those words home, because you have to know what your intentions are to set up your expectations. So if you're not on the same sheet of music, y'all not gonna end up on the same song. Bars.
Message.
So, and I think that, even with LaRon pursuing her from the beginning, she wasn't on team. Like it wasn't, I don't know if it was convenience or if she was swayed because of the text message thread that came. I'm not really sure, because she hasn't really clarified what changed her stance to go over to LaRon, to start going with LaRon to pursue him as well. But the level of fervor was not the same. Like the effort in both weren't the same. Like she was like, man, I mean, if I talk to you, I talk to you. If I don't, okay. My life is not.
I think she gives that off as a man that had a date with her, and when y'all seen the date, whatever, even off screen and all that, she has that persona. She has that nonchalant, sit back, and off. That's just her. So you got to be able to read that. So it's not that she's might be acting that way. She really does kind of just like soft tone. Just I ain't finna, because even me being a more aggressive type of today, asking questions, doing that. That's just me. I'm just an exuberant person. I do that, and I need a person like that. But sometimes it could be opposites attract. And so the thing is, she giggling and laughing. She had, they showed things to her as questions, but it was a lot of more questions and stuff like that. And just to get the whole atmosphere going. And she still acts the same. That it was even off. Hey, oh yeah. So I think that's her personality. Period.
Yeah, but with her being nonchalant, but there's still caveats to what I said. With her being a nonchalant personality, which there's nothing wrong with that. Some people are just laid back in the cut like that.
They just laid back like that. Yeah,
that's just how they are. However, when you meet a person like LaRon that has the personality of, there's nothing wrong with him wanting to be an alpha male and wanting to open doors and fly you to France. There's nothing wrong with that. However, on the flip side of that, she don't have that level of turn up with you. Y'all not meeting in the middle because y'all haven't communicated properly on what each other, which one of y'all expect from each other. You just automatically expect it. You assume, okay, well, we go out to the club. Her eyes should be on me, for me, by me, but you're not with her. Now, from her standpoint, y'all with a relationship like that. So if y'all don't come to that common ground, you can't have those expectations when you go out in public, whether on or off camera.
Well, Okay, we're gonna move on past this because we're gonna have to come back to them again. But I just want to say on that because I'm just like Maya is a mini me. I was just like that. I'm still like that. I'm just the older version. I'm very nonchalant when it comes down to dating men. Like my late husband tell me all the time, you don't care. You just act like no. It's just that's just my personality. I can't. I mean, I do if I do. I don't if I don't. It's black and white with me. It's no in between. I really don't give a fuck. So that's just how I mean I get her. Like I told her, you are a mini me. Like I see myself in you. I see myself at your age being the way that you are, and I know my tolerance for men like that is like zero, right? So at this point, he never gave her butterflies, but she gave him butterflies, and that's always been the issue, and
Right.
that's going to continue to be the issue. And
But she's gonna meet somebody that's gonna.
she ain't not spinning the block with you, dude. Move on. Okay, let's go. She's not. So let's move on. Let's talk about these people right here.
He felt hurt, but I also felt hurt. You considered yourself. You did not consider the women that were connected to you that you left.
So what are your
Boy.
plans though?
I want the wife, I want the kids, I want the house, you know. So as far as for like my apartment right now, I don't hang up any pictures because I feel like that's for a home. Like if I'm getting used to hanging up pictures in an apartment, I'm never gonna get out of an apartment.
Let's be honest. I haven't lived in an apartment in over 15 years. Chaz already owns a.
Okay, let's spend a little time with this couple because they're not they didn't give us a lot. So let's just get what we can from it. I'm gonna start with you, Lamar. Just whatever you feel like saying.
Okay. I mean, come on. I mean, look at that. When it don't portray the men like ain't nobody chopping up certain things. Like when a woman come out and said, "I ain't had no house, I'm an apartment in 15 years," right? Yeah. Let's get to that. What that got to do with what we talking about? Are you saying so? You showing a disconnect already because the man is in the apartment. What's the situation? I was a homeowner in Houston. I just relocated. If the market wasn't good enough, so I'm gonna wait till it's a good price for me to get. So he's just there right now. So you willing to build with him, or you willing not? You said you like younger men. So what are you talking about? You already said that. So why we not talk about the women? Some of their comments, and that's one thing. You want me to talk because there are certain things that are said. Let's talk because that ain't got nothing to do. Now maybe he said was that's how they produced it. So what he said was he don't want to put up pictures because he want to get a house. At least he wants to get a home. He feels like this is temporary, which apartments are. They're temporary life. Some people might stay in them forever. Some people go back to them. They don't want to do maintenance on the home, whatever it may be. Some people go buy townhomes. They look like apartments, whatever it may be. Okay. So for that response, it's like almost like you're looking down on him, you know, for his living situation. And I think there was a lot of that. It was a lot of that from a lot of women saying a lot of things about men on just things that ain't got nothing to do with us connecting.
Okay, can a church speak?
Amen.
Okay, so this is what I'm going to say in the defense of Patrice. I do agree with you on one thing that you said. If you are into dating, if you are into dating younger men, what Mr. Lamar just said makes perfectly good sense. You gotta understand that you probably will be building again. Okay, that comes along with dating some. I'm not putting all younger men because these younger men these days is racked on racks on racks. They coming in hard. Okay, but you have some that prefer not to buy a home unless till they're married. They have some that doesn't. I understood what he said. He didn't say that he couldn't afford to buy a home. He said that
Right.
he didn't want to buy a home
Mhm.
until he found his mate because he wanted to make it a home. And I understand that. So it's not necessarily that you're building with him. He's probably going to bring his table, your table. Then y'all look at it and say, we're going to build this table together, make two. Make one out of this too, and then you're on to something. Now, if you're an older woman like her and me, I like younger men as well. I had to come to the conclusion that guess what? Some might come with me having to build. It's totally up to me to decide if I want to build because I've already built a foundation on my own. So that's totally up to me. And then I have to communicate that. I'm not gonna down him on what he got going on. Cause I'll tell you in a minute, hey, go find you a little chick that y'all can do this together. Foundation. So what
Right.
can
Yeah.
you bring to my foundation so we can like grow? But I ain't trying to be holding your hand through the process because I got a 10-year-old. I'm holding his hand already. I want to start out from scratch with you. So if you starting all the way from the bottom to ground up, then nah, I ain't the chick for you. But if we in the middle, I can meet you halfway, right? That's me, but I'm gonna communicate that with you. I'm not gonna down you and say, "Oh, you ain't got nothing, you ain't this, and I ain't about no how I ain't had no house hell." I ain't bought no house either. I can afford to buy one, but I'm just like him. I still got hope that God gonna bring me another husband, and I want to move in a house with me and my husband. Until then, I give God 2 years. I say, God, we got 2 years. We got 2 years. If you don't give me no husband 2 years, then I'm gonna go be a homeowner. It's not the right time to be one, anyways, right? So it's okay for me. I'm okay. I'm not ashamed that I rent my home. My home is lovely. I love it. So if someone comes and bashes me and say, "Oh, you don't own your home," well, no, I don't, bitch. No, I don't. If you do, that's fine. Happy go lucky you. Okay, but everybody don't move the same,
Let
right?
me say
So
this, being another auntie of the group.
what happened?
So I had a 5-bedroom, 2-car garage, right? When my children moved, I moved. I made the conscious decision to move into a 1-bedroom apartment because I'm selfish and stingy as hell. Okay.
See, that's some
I
people are
want
like that.
listen, I believe in because I have raised my children. I'm not gonna raise nobody else. So I ain't got no room for you to spend the night because this ain't the motel. I ain't got no room for you to be. Well, can I store? No, because I ain't got no garage. Figure it out. Now, saying that, let me bounce over to Miss Patrice. I don't like that. I feel like she's with
Neither.
Alonzo because he's a good time, not a long time. Bars.
Wait. I got to wait.
Why I got the come on,
Wait,
give us a
wait,
new sound
wait,
effect.
wait.
Come on, let us. Come on. See how she's playing on my top, and then when I gather her, then I'm the bad guy, right? Anyway, so Lamar, I completely agree with you. I don't think I understand where Alonzo is coming from, right? I think that he is finding his journey, right? Because your path is not automatically lit for you to go down.
That's right.
So he's searching, and that's fine,
That's fine.
right? Whereas Patrice is already established.
Mhm.
I don't think this show was the right fit for her because she came in with the wrong what intentions and expectations.
It was the wrong group. It was the wrong group of men for her. And
No, she came in. No.
what I don't
No,
know
no,
what her
because she's only
expectations
looking
was.
for her expectations is to find a husband. That's what her expectations is, but she's not looking at the men for them. She's not looking.
Oh,
Ooh, she's not
I
looking at
do remember. Hold
right.
on. She
She's not
did
looking at
tell
this
me.
group of men for
She
who they are, but
she
what can they provide?
she did mention.
She has not mentioned one goddamn quality amongst their financial status from these men. And then she clearly just said, well, Chaz has a house, but he has a horrible fucking demeanor. He's a horrible person.
But she did say, I did remember her saying at the table at
This
the
nigga texting
premiere.
10 women the same shit. He's a copy and paste. He
But
has no personality. He
let
has
me
personality
tell
as
you
a
what she
wet
said.
fucking tummy towel. The fuck you talking about?
Let me tell you what she said. She said she was gonna either walk away with a man or she was gonna walk away with the bag. One
Right.
of the two.
What bag? What's the bag at the end of these shows? Not a goddamn thing but embarrassment. She's humiliating. I'm humiliated for whoever know her. And she can DM me because I'm gonna say the same goddamn thing. Matter of fact, bitch, you can meet me on April 5th because you are an embarrassment to older women. That's not what this is about. You need to get your shit together. No, I'm not timing out. She need to get her shit together. Because you sitting up here, you playing with people's emotions. That's how a motherfucker get ran over in the street because you out here playing games. Who gives a fuck that Chaz got a house? He ain't the one cleaning it. You're gonna be one of many and not the plenty. Irritating ass. I don't like that shit. Stop playing games out here with people's emotions. I don't know. Y'all motherfuckers better start watching the news. And as far as Alonzo's concerned, baby, go to Family Dollar or Dollar General and get you some. My God. I'm a disconnect class. Listen, go to Family Dollar or Dollar General, get you some pictures to put up because home is where you are. It's not the structure. Okay? It's not the building that's made of brick and mortar. Okay? Where you lay your head and where's your safe space is what is considered your home, my love. So whether that's apartment or storage unit, y'all, somebody get her. Whether it's a storage unit, apartment, a house, townhouse, condominium, it doesn't matter. So you living in an apartment with bare walls is a little bit disturbing. While I get what your answer is, baby, go put you some art up. It's okay. It's okay. That doesn't. My God. Can somebody? It's okay. Okay, I'm gonna be tell Auntie's gonna bring you some posters and stuff to put up in your house, some frame shit. We're gonna put up some African works or something, okay? Because we need to put some shit up on the walls because nigga, that's where you live.
That's where
But
you
for
live.
a woman to outright on this here network standing in her grown ass woman panties to say, who's probably perimenopausal, to have the gall to say, this man stays in the apartment, this man stays in the house, and for you to try to downcut that man because of his living arrangements is fucking humiliating. Get off the show.
Okay. And she has spoken. All right. And we have some comments from Insta. Frank says, Frank on Friday night. Frank says, a man doesn't come into his true wealth until around 45 years old. What do you agree? Lamar, what do you think about that? That statement coming from a man.
Who you talking to?
That's me.
Lamar.
Oh yeah, that's real. I mean, I came to mind early, that's since college, being a coach, 15 years. Yeah, they just put coach entrepreneur, but yeah, I was actual varsity football coach. I mean, this is how they portray the men on there. Yeah, that's how I got out here to Dallas. But so doing that, I've been career. But then I went to the plant. I worked at the plant, out in Houston. And I'm making that money. I'm making some money, man. So I'm coming
at the
Honda thing. Right. So I went back to coaching. I was like, man, that ain't my thing. Started my business and I ain't having no time for that. So I came into mind. I've lived that now, but when you transition, you don't know what a man going through. But I ain't there yet. Still, when and I agree with him. And I'm only 43. You know what I'm saying? So it's getting there. Things are getting better. But he said about 45. That's about right. And so even when I was in my early 20s, getting good money out of college, like, oh, I got a whole career now. That was like good money to me. You still not where you at. That's just good money. I'm still in the streets. I'm spending it, traveling, still, check to check, trying to do something, and then you get more money. And so you're not, because you're still immature with what you're doing. You're still growing up. That's why I agree with him.
So do you think that with Laron and his financial success, as he's boasted that he makes,
Lonzo, bro.
do Do you think that that played a part in his type of behavior versus the narrative that the public has about Alonzo? When they went on that museum date, a lot of people felt that that was low end, and some of the
It was
groups was
easy,
like,
especially
"Oh,
it was corny.
right, a lot of comments that was geared. It was, at him as far as affordability, and all of that. Versus LeBron's behavior, everybody kind of dubbed him as the money boy and all of that. So, do you think that financial status impacts your ability to find love? Like, is it really that deep to where 45 is the safe zone for a man now?
I think that when I was coming on that 45, now some people, you get married and you might go early because now you got to raise a family, you got kids, like I said,
Mhm.
I've been married, so I jumped in, buy a home, what I'm saying. Unfortunately, we didn't have kids. That's a different situation, but they didn't, am I paused? Can y'all see me? I can't see myself.
We can see
Hello,
you.
can you
Right.
see me? Okay. I think that there's other situations happening in my marriage that unfortunately we didn't have kids, and so those were things that happened, but I was preparing it to raise the family. So when you get married in your 20s and 30s, if you're single in your 30s, early 30s, then you're going, that's why you probably said 45. But if you're married, and still when you're married, you're still trying to get more because you want more for your kids, you want more for your wife, you want more for your family,
Okay. You froze a little bit. Now you froze. We can hear you, but you're frozen. Let's move on to these good old people. See if
Oh,
you
I
can.
misspoke earlier. Vanessa was still there, so I kind of jumped.
Baby, yes.
Okay.
But it was a conversation that was very necessary.
My bad.
Wow.
I'm excited that Tracy really liked Patrice.
Froze.
And now I'm ready for my brother to meet my longest, strongest connection, Vanessa. She's a wonderful woman, but she questions if I'm being authentic. If she doesn't see it,
Okay.
I'm wasting my time.
That doesn't give me a reason to
No.
call in the cavalry.
But she also doesn't like dogs.
Uh-oh. Do.
Yeah.
What?
Up until this point, Chaz has been my strongest connection. Chaz having this very recent connection with Patrice, him complicating things. Hey. And not narrowing it down is an issue for me.
Nice to meet you. Vanessa, Tracy.
I just need to figure out what's right for me.
So I said a lot of wonderful things about you.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. But when I left the lake house, this is eating me away, and I cannot do this anymore. In that moment, I would have appreciated, and I think what I needed to hear was, "Are you okay?"
He felt hurt, but I also felt hurt. You considered yourself. You did not consider the women that were connected to you that you left.
So what are your plans?
All right. Now, we're not going to look at all this because we already know what's going on. So let's just talk about their situation. Lamar, are you still there?
I'm still here.
Okay, we can hear you, but you just paused on your picture. But it's not you don't look bad.
All right, good.
Okay. But let's talk first of all, I'm gonna mention how Chaz led with his brother was the FBI allegedly, and like he was gonna.
No, he said he was a high-ranking military officer.
Whatever he said it like it was supposed to be like he's gonna if there was anything to find out, then we're gonna find it out.
I didn't take it that way.
I did.
I took it as is because Chaz always gives too much information in unnecessary situations. It's like if he was ever questioned by the police, he would not just or be on some kind of jury trial. He wouldn't just answer the question. He goes too far into depth with shit to boost himself up. It has nothing to do with the other person.
The reason why I felt like, I guess after I had watched the Crystal interview before I watched this show, it kind of made me think like that because of the things that he said to that kind of, I didn't really get offended, but I can see how some women would get offended. We'll get to that later. But so what are we thinking about her meeting his brother and and also just the whole conversation.
I didn't like the way that he set the he set the scene for the brother, instead of allowing his brother to gain his own organic judgment of Vanessa. You know what I'm saying? Like he had already threw in some digs. She don't like dogs, and hold on.
Yeah.
So I don't think that the brother was given a fair opportunity to draw his own conclusions about Vanessa.
I
And you know what I'm saying? So like I don't like that. Like if I'm introducing you to somebody, I'm gonna introduce, but keep it real organic. Let the other person come to their own conclusion and then go from there. But he already done stuck in some, so the brother was already looking at her sideways.
I get it. Yeah, I agree. What about you, Tamash? You step away. Okay, we come back to her. Lamar, what about you?
Yeah,
What are you thinking about this?
well, you know me. I just know, coming from my perspective and watching that, it's Vanessa's Vanessa, you know, and so she's been very consistent. She's been very consistent. So I can't really. I think that she's been consistent because obviously I went on a date with her, and so from my perspective, not just a viewer's perspective, she's consistent. That's who she is. That's how she moves. Like if you like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't. You know, and so it's like, and a lot of people have been consistent. I ain't gonna lie. You know, and so it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? So do I agree? That's Vanessa. You know what I'm saying? That's what tell you what she don't like. I ain't doing that. I don't think that it was wrong. She's being Vanessa. And she's like, this is what I ain't gonna do. And you know, other episodes and other things that happen, maybe something, like I say, might have triggered some things, you know. But to me, what I saw as a viewer time is she's being consistent. Yeah, that matches her. You know, that matches. Was she wrong? No, I don't think you're wrong until you get out of pocket and disrespect people. And that's when you get wrong. Was she wrong? That's how she feel. I don't think because you don't agree with how people feel about things or what they want that they wrong. It just might not be right for you. You know what I'm saying?
I like the way that her intentions and her expectations were clearly communicated.
Right.
Like
That's
you
what I'm
can't
saying.
never go wrong. So if the other person doesn't receive what you're saying, or when you start observing and they're not moving right the way that they said they were going to move, now you can't get mad because now I don't want to deal with you because you didn't hold up your end of the bargain. Very clear out the gate. She was very clear.
Right. Very clear.
Very
clear. He was very clear the whole time. And I'm sorry to interrupt, Monica, but I just think juggling the people, you know, if you want to see some great connections, you gotta, you know, utilize all of the things, even with people that want to be on the show that is looking for love. You know, you gotta kind of find there's a whole bunch of wild cards just everywhere. It's like a whole bunch of people, and you just threw them in a bunch, and good luck. And that's how I feel. And then everybody did their thing, you know. But if you want some real connections, you got to kind of find it because you get certain problems, you know. You want to see some real love. And you saw some people that like people. You saw some people that you think that they look good, but they really not, you know. So you got to try to find a better way to show Black love.
Well, with me being a almost getting there, working on it, professional love coach and relationship specialist, this was a shit show. Okay. Come on.
You know, that was good. You had me all tuned in. I'm like,
I had to die right quick. I had to resurrect myself.
How did you feel?
I'm like,
look, right, because I'm all into it. I'm like, what do you feel, Monica?
How do you feel about this? Because we got two more couples and we need to get on with the end of the show.
Chaz is doing what he's been doing, and I feel that his communication style, he likes to lead on to help people he likes to lead a perspective. So brick by brick, he will continue to circle it, you know, and create a path for that perspective to be laid. So when it's time for him to have advantage, Like I agree with Smooth that he leads with too much, but it's never in vain. So with the brother, she called it right out, which I agree. He was leading. There's a fine line between giving a recap on somebody and kind of, giving a rundown versus, hey, she got me questioning if whether or not I want to be with Vanessa. And then with Vanessa, it's just we just got these disconnects and not being forthcoming with the fact that from day one, his pursuit of her has been like what Laron was with Maya. And I'm like, you laid it on and kind of cleared that territory. You isolated her attention to you. And because she took that in response, we can look back and say, well, see, that's why you need to talk with other people, which I'm glad that the brother asked, were there other men to consider? But I think that Chaz left her out there by not cleaning that up. Like, well, I was coming on, laying it on pretty thick, instead of playing Rambo and throwing grenades out at the mansion, trying to see who's interested because he finally ran into someone that put accountability to him. So I thought it was a coward move for him to even discuss the mansion there with her in that setting with the brother,
I
because
totally agree.
the tension in that conversation to me told me, okay, this is now when you want to choose to do this in front of your brother. So you one of them.
Yeah,
You'll wait until we get in front of your family or
that's
get in front of your
embarrassing.
whoever, and now all of a sudden you hit me with shit that you've been having built up and I ain't had no clue. And now I'm looking a certain way because we're talking about something that I've wanted to talk about, but you want to talk about it now.
Right.
So you're leading a perspective, you're setting a platform. So it didn't matter any reaction that she had would have fit into his narrative. And so I'm glad that he was able to see through it as far as saying, nah, I think she's still the one for you, but y'all
Mhm.
have room to improve. And I think that that surprised him because the way
He don't
he
expect
sat
it.
back when his
Yeah.
brother said that, like, really? And I'm looking like, you
Yeah.
know,
Yeah, he
you
wanted his
know,
brother to be on to agree
like
with.
it didn't work with him because
So he
he
could go
called
ahead
it. He
and
was
brush
like,
it aside. But
yeah,
his
yeah.
brother,
He was like, Patrice got a good vibe. She got good feeling. But I loved how he separated the brother, that feeling from a surety. Like, yeah, Patrice had a good vibe, good feeling, but that's the one. It's, you just got to work at it.
I
And
agree.
so I think for that's what that is.
I completely agree.
Instagram said, I agree too. Instagram says, Miss Humble, Mr. Humble person, I don't know who this, but Instagram says he's a hot mess. And with that being said, that's how we feel about you.
I think that
Sorry, Lamar. Sorry.
first of all, this is what I feel like for the already in 2024 and part of 2023, we've overutilized the word narcissistic without truly knowing what the word means,
Agree.
right? So, do I think that Chaz has exhibited some narcissistic behavior, staying true to the actual meaning? Yes. Do I feel like he's highly manipulative? Yes. In correlation with what Tamasha said, as far as him trying to lead the narrative, that's being manipulative. And the fact that his brother was not on the Chaz train, choo choo, is probably one of the reasons. I don't think that they have, it looks like they have a decent relationship, but you always need that one that's gonna call you on your shit. And I feel like the brother calls Chaz on his shit a lot.
Well,
Um,
remember he said that he didn't have a good relationship, a close relationship with his sister.
because the brother calls him on his shit. I didn't say close. I said he's that brother that's gonna call through, that's gonna see through Chaz's bullshit and call him on it. Chaz is a pick me person.
Yeah.
Pick me, pick me. I may be shit on the inside, but I'm marshmallow on the outside. Pick me, right? But as soon as you call him on his bullshit, now he don't want to fool with you no more. Which is why he was so abrupt to go ahead and get Vanessa out the way, and then decide to focus his efforts on Patrice. But Patrice don't really give a shit about you either. She see that you got a house.
Baby, let me
She
tell you something.
she looking for a
When
man,
when
right?
when brother was talking to Patrice, okay, and Chad sitting in there in the middle doing this and noticing how they were talking. And then I seen that hug brother gave. I said, "Oh, brother, he'll come in and fix it. All right." He one of them too.
But
He
wait,
one of them. You know what I'm saying? I said
but
that's
peep
what
the
it is.
game though. He's a
Brother
high,
got game
but he's a high-ranking military officer. He got
with some
money.
game.
He got money,
He
money.
got some game. He's smooth with it. Cause when I seen
But
that hug, I said,
wait, but
yeah,
look at the
yeah.
difference. But look at the difference in the women. When the brother met
Exactly.
Vanessa, she went in
Exactly.
with a handshake.
Mm-hmm.
Patrice, she went in with a hug.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, let's stay there for a second and let's go to another couple. All right, because we got to mosey on down because we got to get to the tea. Let's talk about these people right here for one quick second. We're not gonna stay on it long.
If he was a dad, like
That kind of surprised me because initially Nika was like, no, not having no more kids, can't do it.
we'll probably have a cute baby.
I would have a little Rico Suave.
Oh my God.
To hear on her date that Mika wants to see what I'm like as a father,
See you.
it just shows me how much she's grown in this process.
See how she got your attention. It's been a while since you settled down, man. Obviously, this girl wants that from you. But my question is, are you really ready for it? And if you're not ready for it, then you might trash it.
I'm feeling very nervous because, everything's just moving so fast and it can lead to me getting in my own way, kind of questioning things like, is this real? Is this true? It's going to be a lot to think about, man. I'm not going to lie.
All right, let's hold it there. Let's just focus a few seconds on what are we thinking. Lamar, we're gonna start with you. What are you thinking when what the brother is saying? She wants you, but I'm worried about you. When a man gets to this point, when he lets wait a minute, let me finish. When he lets his set in his ways stop him from letting love in. I guess I could put it like that.
I mean, I agree with that. I mean, if that's the question that you're asking, that's the right question. If he feels a little wishy-washy, a little, he's trying to figure out, how real it is. I mean, that was his purpose of being there, to find out how real you are, how much you really love her, and so I do agree with that. I mean, and if he's unsure about that, I guess so. Like I say, to answer that question. But as for me, we'll get back into that later. Yeah, because I just met Justin. I watched the episode as a viewer, and I met him. He was a cool dude. But and Mika too. But I'm just saying, I guess I'm as a viewer and as a cast member, and then becoming a viewer.
What is this? But I guess.
I guess. I mean,
what though? What are you guessing and butting about?
But I'm saying, but I guess.
But
okay.
Hold on. For y'all rip him apart. Everybody take a breath. Lamar, this is a safe space.
Yes. Yes.
Say what you want to say, sweetheart, okay?
Yeah.
Where's your red solo cup, boo-boo? Because
I ain't got that.
They're gonna rip your head off if you don't say what it is you want to say.
I have a question. My question.
Wait, because he had a butt and he's hesitant about something.
I'm just saying that when I'm watching as a viewer, I became a viewer early. I guess I was everybody his ass off. So whatever you want to say, you'd be like, oh, I guess he was, whatever it may be. So the thing is, when conversations go back and look, and now you willing to have kids. Now you told me.
Okay, now we're going into my question. How did that? Yeah,
that's nice to meet you. So, but I was the enemy. But the thing is, that's fine. That's just my age. There's nothing else to talk about unless I'm trying to do something with you. Then I put you in that category. You know what I'm saying? But we trying to find love. We ain't trying to find booty. So the thing is, if people thought that, that's what they thought. But we just let's not waste time because I'm trying to build something. And whatever you're trying to do, we can even talk about it later. So for her to do that now, so I look at it now. I'm watching another day. I'm watching another couple. I'm like, so you willing to do things now?
Now,
So you weren't interested in me because you told me I ain't having no more kids. So basically,
well,
not like that,
okay.
but you saying that. But that's what you telling me. You ain't saying you would willing to adopt. You might say I got my tubes burnt, tied, tube taken out, hysterectomy. I don't care. I'm like, well, but I like you. Okay, well, we could just talk about something in the future. But you kind of ended it on, well, so for you now to be open, to me, I look at it in a different perspective.
Right.
I have nothing against it, but it's just like it just shows reality of people might not be interested in you. Yeah, you like I ain't had no kids with you, nigga. You know what I'm saying? But I might with you.
Yeah. Okay.
But see,
That's okay.
but
That's
see, I think that early on in the show, that was her wall. Truth be told, because she said this to everyone. That was the thing that was a part of that massive chat. The fact that she didn't want to have him. So it wasn't just you, but I had said this in one conversation in a group, and everybody was going off. And I said it, and I said, listen, as women, it's weird how God made our wires. We could say hands down no. And I know people that said they ain't never having no kids, and after that, and boom, here come a baby. And that's just, and God really could do. So for me to watch her process, and as they're showing, on the show, showing her opening up with, especially with him, now the possibility of that is there. And I'm like, that's just like us though. Of course, in my mind, how do we apply that? And I said that happens. You meet people, they be like, nope, I ain't having no kids. You meet friends, I ain't never having no kids. It'd be a year later or X time later, boom, they got one on the way. And that's just how and so
it's the butterflies. He gave her
you know what I'm
butterflies.
saying? And but I think that when with Lamar, he represents the other half. I have a person that I know, she was too quick like that. And she missed her opportunity because she was so quick like that. Like just real, just wall up, wall up. And on the other side, he wasn't, it's like he responded to what she did. So it's like with Lamar, she wasn't the Mika with him early on than with Justin. And I think that if Lamar had made it to even that time with Justin, just by default of being on the show a little longer, she may have even loosened up to where that would have circled around. So I don't think that her apprehension of having or resistance to having children was on him just because he was bold enough to ask that. Nah, I think it was a combination of things, but it does show that that's what happened. Dudes run into it all the time. We run into exes or people that we've been with, kids, they didn't want none, all of this, that, and then you run into them and they pushing the damn stroller, or they got a baby on their page.
Let me say this to you as
So
let me okay.
I found
So
it interesting.
Tamasha is absolutely right, right? But let me put this on your soul. Your aura and the way that you carry yourself shields you from a lot of bullshit. So
Agree.
something in your spirit protected you from a situation that wasn't meant for you. So it don't make you a bad man, it don't make you a bad guy, it don't even make her confused, right? But some of us have that within our spirit to dispel negativity, and whatever the fuck she went through in her past afforded you the opportunity to not have to experience it or try to help her figure it out, right? So don't take it as a slight on you because she passed up on you. That's a blessing to leave you open for other opportunities. So I want to make sure that you're clear on that. From my point of view, right? Just because she said she didn't want to have kids with you, and now all of a sudden, 2-3 weeks later, she decided she want to have kids. We
She'll
don't know.
consider.
But she was at a definite no with Lamar. That might have been a blessing for you to open your doors to other opportunities. So I don't. So whoever says anything negative or whatever, or that's what the fuck he did, we're not on that. Don't do that because we
Nah.
ain't on that. Okay, because I'm gonna be on your ass like a fire on a goddamn gnat's ass. Don't. We're not doing that over here. Take that negative shit on to somebody else's shit. Don't do that over here. So I'm gonna tell you to because our goal is to uplift and educate, right? So what you don't know is what you don't know, and what you do know, you do know. So you knew for a fact at that moment her walls were too high for you to climb. It wasn't for you. So
That
All
brick
right.
was too thick.
don't
So,
take it as a negative. Take it as a blessing. That's his headache to
Oh
fucking
yeah,
deal with.
I did not. I took it
Let
as a
him
viewer.
untaking the cords, not you.
Yeah, you never see what goes on in other people's stuff. Like if somebody said
Mm-hmm.
that, there you go and you talk to somebody, you just never see it. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, why you don't be hurt. You know, every man,
Yeah.
I'm born 1980, so you know we take rejection. You like me? Yes or
No.
no?
I'm not
Maybe.
saying that you heard about it. What I'm saying is that from the audience's perspective, right? Because
Okay, got
we do comparisons from then from when she talked to you. Because like Tamasha
yeah.
said, that was her end all be all. Like that was a non-negotiable before they even got to the non-negotiables, right? Then she started entertaining Justin, and all of a sudden shit started changing.
That's true.
Which that's
Right,
all right,
fine.
right.
let's go to the Graham.
For what?
Graham said because they are my followers and they are a part of teammates. That's what we are, and I have to include them in the conversation because we cannot see them. That is why, ma'am. All right,
Hey, y'all.
let's go to the Graham. Miss Humble Person says, she's speaking on Chaz and his brother. She says they didn't like him. They like what he had, but he was weird along with his brother. My cousin
Thank
Frank,
you.
he said that
Thank
he
you.
was catching a flight, fam. Be careful. Sandra says that's another Jessica and Marie.
Ooh.
And
Ouch.
then Humble Person says, I love them, but I'm scared. He not ready. I don't think he would hurt her on purpose, but he might not give her the attention she needs. I'm with you on that because he keeps constantly stating that he's a loner and he likes to be alone. It's the it's something there that I feel like he want to do, but when Mika is very alpha and she's going to demand that attention from him. I don't know if he's able to produce all that she needs, to be honest. Um, and really truly, she really don't want no kids.
Yeah, but I think Justin's insecurities, as with all of us, is what his brother is addressing for him to stand in his own way. And if the brother is seeing it, that means it's been common.
Yeah, it's
Right.
exactly. Like he started a relationship and he ghosted him. He looked like a ghoster to me. Okay, and also Humble Person says Lamar was a hot mess as well. She said you was a hot mess. And then Sandra says she told you, Lamar and Dominique, but said something different to Justin. All right. And Will say, what y'all up to? Will, you want to jump on? You want to talk some shit with
Wait,
us?
With that big wheel? That big wheel.
Yeah. You want
Bring him on.
us to give you the link, Will? You want to come on? Come
Hey,
on, can you send Will the link? See if he want to jump on.
yeah.
All right. And then Sandra says he needs to be careful around. I'm not gonna say that, Sandra.
Say that shit. No, that's the team. Say that shit. Nah, don't be trying to censor shit now. Say that shit. Say that
He said,
shit.
nah, I'm listening, doing homework. He said he ain't finna come out here and play with us. Okay, Sandra's 1906 says he needs to be careful around her 18-year-old daughter.
Cut it out.
That's
Cut
what
it
she
out.
said.
Cut
And
it
we'll say
out.
now. Okay, Humble Person says something that I pinned to the gram. This is what we're about to talk about now. So I'm gonna say that comment. I pinned it. I'm gonna say that comment to what we're about to move on right now. So let's get on to the end, guys, because we got to talk about this other tea and it's already 10 o'clock. Y'all know y'all have me on here past nighttime. But guess what? I'm taking off tomorrow. Anyways. So let's talk about this. Hold on.
But Nola's not going anywhere. I have to choose Nola. So the flowers that I bought today, I know you love sunflowers, but I also brought a petrified flower. Yeah. to illustrate that the love and care that I have for you, it's died.
Chaz having this dead rose, it was so strange. Why he felt that was necessary, I'm not sure. I just think that it was doing the most. And Chaz was doing the most for most of the process.
We're not enemies, but I wanted closure.
Okay.
All right. So I'm gonna just sit here for a moment,
Okay.
if you don't mind,
Sure.
and process my thoughts further.
All right. Have a good one, Chaz.
Bye.
I was really surprised by how much of a
I would have slapped the fuck out of him with them flowers.
Girl.
That was the
Okay.
most disrespectful
Okay.
shit.
Hold on, Smooth. Hold on.
Okay.
Hold on. Hold on.
Fine.
Hold on.
No.
Okay.
Piss
New
me off.
addition. Sorry, you're not my kind of girl. Okay. That's what Sandra has just said. Okay. Okay. Let me get y'all together for the uncensored. All right. From this point on, everything that we might say is very uncensored. All right. This is gonna turn into the hood version. Okay. And I'm gonna start it off. If you don't go sit your weird,
Careful.
okay, I'm trying to think about these things before I say them.
About it.
Lamar, if you want to leave the room until we finish,
I'm going to take a commercial break real quick. I'm going to take a commercial break.
What you talking about?
You have the audacity to tell this lady that you brought her a dead rose because the feelings and the love that you have for her has died. Are you insane? Are you serious? You psychopath. Okay.
Careful.
You look like
Careful.
you. I'm gonna say what
Bishop Carlton Jr.'s son.
No,
we're not finna
got on here on this national television to embarrass this lady. You wait all the way to the end to try to prove a point. Why?
Yes, because he's a narcissist. Yes,
that's because you. That is what she said. Okay.
Yes, that's what they do.
That's what you are. You gaslighting ninja. Okay. The respect that I probably was trying to have for you because I ain't through with you yet. See, I'm just not starting with you. See, when I get to this Crystal interview, see, that's when I'm really gonna go hood on you. Because I want everybody in America to remember the words that you spoke out of your mouth. Because see, I was trying to feel sorry for you when you was over here talking about the people these and people that, and then other bloggers talking about he's such a great guy. And I interview and this and that. And you're not. You're not. Because of the simple fact that you took a beautiful black woman, regardless of what she was and how she felt, she rode for you. She was riding for you from day one. And you had the audacity to take her to a bridge and bring her a dusty ass, old, dead rose. And then told her in her face that you brought her this because my love for you has died. I would have took them yellow roses and I would have took them and I would have thrown them across your face like this, that. And I'm telling you, it would have been. I'm an advocate of domestic violence that everybody did not know. That's real deep to my heart because I'm a survivor. But this day, baby, it would have been
I'm
on.
not laughing at that.
It would have been on. The audacity. And then you walking around here with your chest all out like you the man. Like you just this, that, and other. Like why? Like why we doing that? Why? You supposed to be a man of class. You supposed to be a man of standards. You're corporate America. You only date corporate America women. Oh, but I'm going to try to date women like hairdressers and flight attendants. These are things that I've never done before. But now I'm trying to. Nigga, the corporate America women didn't want you. And nor does the hairdressers and the flight attendants. Okay? So if you want to say the bougie and the hood, bougie don't want you and hood don't want you. So that means then you the fucking problem. You got a problem with me? You want to come on my panel and talk to me? Let's go for it. Because guess what? We can go toe to toe. Because I don't understand your approach. I don't understand your meaning. I really don't even understand the way you look. Okay? Just because you got a house, how many men got a house? How many women have houses? How many men and women are six figures? Tell me. I don't know. does that make you any better than anybody else? You want to take your black sister, and I'm calling a race card right now. The black beautiful sister, because Vanessa is bad, okay?
Oh, she was rocking that outfit.
Nice looking lady, and she never, ever one time showed us anything other. She's always been consistent. She was always well spoken. She always dressed the part. She always stuck to what it is that she wanted. So what? Why? You should just say I choose myself. It was just as simple as that. Who helped you do that? What was your producer? I want to know who came up with this plan. Who did y'all do this in the chat that we don't know about? Is this the third chat that we ain't seen yet? Like, where's that chat? I'm finna give her a dead rose, y'all. I got her. Did they add you to the third chat after they talked about you in the first chat? See, I got tea. I got tea, baby. When they talked about you, your boys were talking about you in the third chat. In the first chat, they talked about you like a dog. So when did y'all talk about this dead rose? See, y'all wait till after, because I'm gonna release that footage. But yeah, my point. See, y'all got me mad because I've been mad. I've been holding this ever since I watched it. Okay, anybody else want to talk? I'm good now.
I seen the flowers and thought of Lamar and Cochea when she took off with them flowers. And my first
Somebody
thought
else
was,
just said no.
and I said, they really on it with these flowers, but when Chaz bust out with the flower ritual, my first thought, I said, what in the witchcraft is this man doing? Because I've seen Hunger Games, okay? To Kill a Mockingbird, it's like the third one. They was trying to kill the lady that was trying to kill out the mockingbird. And they was like, how do we know that he's alive? So he dropped a whole bunch of white flowers. And so, it's real gothic, the Hunger Games. So that's what he made me think of. And I was like, I don't know what in the Hunger Games he had going on to pull out this petrified flower and then say, can he have a moment? And I felt all of that was triggered out of the fact that she said it first. Because the fact that she said it first, as far as I choose myself, it was like, well, hell, I'm finna go all in. I know they edited and did everything, but I found that interesting. I mean, the same set of flowers that Alonzo and Patrice had was the same set of flowers that Chaz had brought Patrice in the second. So I mean, I was paying attention to flowers. I'm not finna accept the flower from that man and he take a petal off that flower talking about this represents us. I'm gonna set that fucking thing on fire. You're not gonna be speaking on me. So that just told me that if Chaz ever walked up and hand me something that he might take, like if he hand me a drink, he might take a sip out and be like, I'm gonna sip this sip for us and switch us around. Like, I don't know. I'm just not gonna take nothing from him because I don't want him to take a piece out of that and be talking about it's petrified. That's crazy as hell.
Too much. It was just too much for TV. It was too much for any woman of any color, of any standard.
But that's his thing. He mentioned that. He was like, I do that. And because he even took the flower with Patrice, and I was like, so this is your thing.
But that's why he's sitting over there in that big old house by his damn self and him and his dog.
Let me
tell you
something.
Okay,
go ahead, Lamar.
Go ahead, Lamar.
Real quick. First, this is facts. I'm the first guy with the flowers.
Yes.
Now,
original flowers.
I started the flowers, man.
Original flowers. Those flowers were pretty.
Flowers to the date, right? So then the flowers came after that. So just to tap onto the flowers, I didn't know I was going to be eliminated. But I was bringing flowers, because I'm that guy. So I think that he actually probably just had something that he probably premeditated based upon, this is just my view of watching it.
Mm-hmm.
That's premeditated, correct? That's something that he wanted to say to her. Now, did he build that up? I don't know what was going on. But from the viewer's standpoint, he premeditated that. Like, however he felt what was going on. But then I'm going to go back to you, Miss Monica, what you said as a Black woman. Yes, she is. And a beautiful one at that. Vanessa is very, it just, I wouldn't, that ain't me. But she is gorgeous. She has a great personality. She's good, but she's very clear. But on her. I mean, she is a beautiful black woman, but she dabbles on the other end. I mean, she ain't, you know, she even said it. You know, she was like, "I'm gonna get back to my roots" and all that stuff like that. And so I think both y'all got to get back to the show and watch some things that were said.
We already know. We know about. We know how. We know.
I'm just saying, maybe there's something that we didn't see. Because
No,
I'm just saying,
You're talking about setting the balance. Setting the balance.
Black woman. You said the black woman, my strong sister.
It doesn't matter.
My strong black man.
It doesn't matter.
I don't see Vanessa like that. I don't see her doing that. I don't see her being that strong black sister. I'm sorry. Now she's a beautiful black woman, but when it comes to being that strong black sister with that strong black man, I don't see that.
I never said that. I didn't say.
No, you just said strong black sister.
No, it's the narrative that he was getting at. The description.
I didn't say anything about
the
her.
way he did it, I think the way he did it was kind of. That was kind of, yeah, but I wouldn't call Vanessa a strong.
We all know that Vanessa X is another of another race. We know
of another race, right?
We know all about Vanessa's business. We are bloggers. We this is what we do. Okay, we know everything about her. We met her. We know her. And
hold on. Yeah, hold on.
Hold on, Smooth. The point of the matter is, I said, and I'm gonna clarify. Let me make it clear. What he did to her, shouldn't any woman of any color, any race, any status should be embarrassed like that on television. That's what I said. As a man that he claims to be so corporate, so high class, so much standards, so much this, why would he do that? I don't care what she did. We are looking at the viewers. We know all the behind the scene mess, but us looking at it, people that just watch it, that are not bloggers, that don't go in and dig in their business.
Right.
It looks like that she was consistent, and it looks like that he was not. And then he ends it with that. Go ahead, Smooth.
I got you riled up, Monica. I got you riled up a little bit.
No, he did.
Okay.
Let me say this. So I'm taking a moment to organize my thoughts because I want to be as transparent and clear as possible, like crystal, like glass. Regardless of anyone's dating choices, I do believe that Chaz is an opportunist. His rebuttal to Vanessa was rehearsed. Like he spent many minutes in the mirror. I believe that he seeks out moments for virility through the internet. Just because he wears a suit and works in corporate does not make him a good person. I do think that he has a flux of character flaws that show through his polished surface. And when those are addressed, he does not like that. I think he definitely likes to control the narrative or create a narrative that would paint him in a significantly positive light, even though that light is iridescent because it's fake. I feel bad for Vanessa that she had to experience such a high level of humiliation, and I feel like the network should have given her some type of apology, because nobody should experience, like, he took extra care and effort to chop her self-confidence down, her ego down. He took, like a butcher, he was trying to carve her into pieces, and he had no qualms about doing it. How can you say you cared about this person and was trying to build a relationship with this person when you had no hesitation in setting off 3-4 goddamn bombs on her foundation, and then to metaphorically compare your relationship and her feelings to a wilted dying flower is horrible. That presents a horrible character. That is horrible. That is disgusting. That is horrifying to think that somebody else out in this vast world, regardless of their skin color or tone, would have to experience something that would send their ass to therapy. Had he been dealing with a weak-minded woman, I shudder to think of the results of that. You see what I'm saying? So, and then I'm appalled. I'm angry because
all of that
on TV aired that shit. Now let me say this. So that was my educated spiel. Now let me talk to y'all out there. Don't y'all do that stupid ass shit out here in the real world. That's TV. Okay? Don't do that shit. Men, women. If you cared about somebody, even if you are not romantically interested in them, never negate the fact that those are human beings. You gotta treat people how you want to be treated. Even if y'all don't link up on a romantic level, educational level, financial level, it does not give you the right to treat somebody like that. That shit was utterly disrespectful. And I stand by my previous statement of, had that have been me, because I choose violence first, I would have slapped the shit out of him.
Dog shit at that.
Because not only did he, but you got to understand, he speaks to people in a very condescending tone, which, excuse me, means out the gate, he's already looking down on you, that you are beneath. First of all, you use too much of that goddamn texturizer to cover up them bald spots. So, bitch, cut it out. Cause see, I'm gonna be on your ass. Cause I don't like that. I don't do the disrespectful thing. I don't give a damn. Holla at me. You need like this. Hey. When you be going off on your tangents, play that shit when you do it. Okay? Don't do that.
Oh.
Yeah.
But it just sounded good. It sounded good right there.
It didn't. And as a matter of fact, play that one about the pouring of the tea. Tomash, listen, Lamar, listen to this shit. Tell me what it sound like.
What I gotta go do right now?
That sound like some fucking tea to you. See how she do me? See how she play that shit for me? You feel me?
I'll be right back.
I'm gonna have to find another one. I'm new at this.
Bro, just delete that hoe, bro. Just say the words. Don't play shit.
Okay.
Delete it.
Tea dropping.
It's not. It's not.
Can I ask a question? Can I ask all y'all ladies a question?
Sure.
Of how, when I saw what happened, and I kind of knew it was coming, of course, what was going to happen. But I didn't understand it. I didn't know what was going on. I was like, you don't understand, you hear, what you hear. And to see it, I didn't know how it was all portrayed. And I'm watching, what happened? How? As a man, from my perspective, what I've handled it differently is saying I ain't, yada, 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 of course. But from how he did it, to see that, how does that make y'all feel? Is it like, for a man to be hurt, like you give some man some, it ain't gonna be the same equivalent. Guys ain't gonna be like, oh, that was wrong. So is it like, I want to let you know that, let's go back to babies, right? The baby ain't yours. Is that the same pain you feel? How can you equivalent the pain from a man's perspective of what y'all saw with the roles? Like, men ain't gonna be like, they probably be like, oh, I would've done that. Like, that's kind of like, a lot of men ain't gonna do that. But Chaz did, right? So how do y'all feel? Because women can disrespect men a lot too. Correct. So how do we feel the same? What would be equivalent to giving a woman the dead rose on a situation like that? Because I see it as like, oh, but as in your perspective, how does that? I want to see how a man could feel disrespected if it was switched.
Sleeping with your brother
Mm.
or your best friend or your father, your
Okay.
best favorite uncle, your son, your
Mhm.
grown
You gotta
son.
dig deep. Yeah, I got you.
It was very humiliating. And then it wasn't just it was even more so because he did it on a national platform.
I see what you're saying.
And
So that's, yeah, I got you.
and believe it or not, the way that Vanessa moves, the way that we've seen her move, the way that we seen her the night of the premiere, she moves with class.
Right.
Yeah, she does.
Okay.
She does.
Okay. So therefore, like she was really upset just by them thinking that she had relations with him through the messages that was out, that her child got whiff of that. And the
Right.
way that she addressed, even when she addressed it, even when she left her message, she still was a lady about it. She didn't curse. She didn't like none of the stuff that I just did. She didn't
I
do
don't
any
see
of that.
that. Yeah, she ain't gonna do that. Yeah.
Like
Didn't do any of
it's
that.
to the measure it's to the measure of a person that I believe the bar is met. Like Monica just said, she's classy. No different than how when we see a marriage or relationship fall apart, we be like, dang, that was a good man, based off of the type of character and how he's
Mhm.
lived his life. He go to work, all of that. And so it's almost like to the, to the measure which you meet, it comes back to you. So because she's always, even when she had the opportunity to come out of character, when she was at the mansion seeing what she was seeing, even off camera, there's nothing that nobody can pull out to say, oh, look at how she really is. So to see him go to watch his reaction to her, it was like, okay, you said what you had to say, that's fine. She, because of how she carries herself, it was like, okay, you didn't need to keep reiterating this in the manner that you're doing it to prove your point. She doesn't deserve this type of reiteration or driving the point home. Okay, you're not interested. Okay, cool. But now you're like, you're dead. This is death. And you start going off into some other realm here as if this was somebody you have to handle that way. And she's never handled him that way when she had a right to. And it's like, all right. So to me, it's kind of how can you get a person to understand? That would be the most I could think as far as to understand it, as far as, okay, how you would feel about it if somebody said that ain't your baby or whatever the case.
Yeah.
That's a whole, that to me is an equal impact but separate. It's not on the same scale because it's not, but the power behind it and the magnitude that he is going, the extent that he is going on this campaign, he don't leaked out all these these audios to make it sound like more has went on. So he's put a lot of effort coming at this woman. So, and if this was a man and he kept himself or carried himself in the same manner, we'll be saying the same thing about it. It wouldn't be no different just because. So
But
we're really honoring the character of her
I
let me
think
is
he
really
wanted
what it
itching
is.
for he wanted a certain reaction.
he did.
He
He
wanted
did.
a certain reaction,
Mhm.
and because of how self-absorbed that he is, and she's the antidote to a narcissist, right?
Mhm.
Because what you don't do is give them what they want,
Mhm.
right? I had a supervisor back in my early army days, right? And I was back in those days, I was an angry, my parents had passed away. They passed away at an early age. I was subjected to favoritism because my grandparents favorited my brother over me. It was a lot of different shit. I didn't grieve properly. I didn't know how to express my feelings. So my main go-to was anger. I'd rather fight you than talk to you, right? I had a supervisor. Her name was Sergeant Felderson. She said, and the way I acted at home was the same way I acted in uniform. It didn't matter to me. We can get down anywhere. Formation, the club, it didn't matter. But one thing she told me, which was profound to me and has stuck with me throughout the years, is they want to see you act like a monkey. Always do the opposite. Never, never. Hey, Will. Never give them what they're looking for, right? You have to find it within yourself and heal yourself to maintain your composure. So seeing Vanessa, she took her time, she digested the terrible things that Chaz was saying, what she was being told, and what she saw with her own eyes, right? She made her own deductions and came to her own conclusion. He just sealed the deal. He sealed it up like a Ziploc bag. So I salute Vanessa for maintaining her composure throughout this process, because there's been quite a few times he probably should have got slapped upside his head. However, which is what, and I think that that's what he was looking for, because when you meet a person that keep on, you ever had one of them little kids that keep doing this?
Yeah.
And then when you try to ignore like the first 25 times, and they keep going like this, keep going like this, you be like, what? And they laugh because they think it's a game. They think it's fun.
Yep, you're right.
So the fact that she did not give him what he wanted, or give him the reaction that he wanted, now he's lashing out in other ways, trying to get people on his team to bash her.
Yep. So let me ask you a question, because Instagram got a question for you. We're gonna start with you. Yes or no answers around the board. I understand the humiliation. If they would reunite, could she forgive him and they move past this? What you think? Yes or no, Smooth?
Hell no. You can always forgive somebody without having to be with them. But until he goes to some kind of therapy and changes, no.
What about
Hell
you?
no.
Yes or no?
No.
Tamash, you're in black.
Black power.
Okay. Will is here. Hi, Will.
Hey, y'all, we all.
Okay. Can you
What's
ask,
up, bro?
do you, what's your yes or no on this?
Nah. Like like DJ Smooth said, just because I forgive you doesn't mean we need to reconnect. So
my boy.
No.
I say no, absolutely not. Hell to the no. She don't never want to talk to him no more. She don't want to look at him no more. He have done way more past than the dead rose. He has went above and beyond to destroy her name, and he's on a campaign to make the world think that she's just not a good person when she is out minding her business. So with that being said, Tamash can't answer. I'm weak. Me and Smooth gonna answer for her. No. Okay. I am. No. Okay. So yeah. And so just to say, I got roses yesterday from a very, very nice person.
You made roses, bro.
Flowers. These are my favorite colors. And the person has some thought. The person is a very, very nice person, very, very great person. And he took very thought into these these flowers, because they are purple. They're my favorite color. He knows I like glitter. The roses also have glitter in them. And that was a good gesture. So I'm going to pass one of mine to Vanessa. Okay, Vanessa? This rose is for you, and they're not dead. Okay? This means, purple means royalty. That's what we think of you over here on Girl What's the Tea's panel. You can't receive these, but you virtually can have these. Anyone knows Vanessa, tell her Miss Monica gave her a virtual purple rose because I think she's royalty. Full Chaz. Okay.
Let's move on. What? I think it would mean more of a gesture because of how classy she is. So if anybody could reach out and get her, I ain't no stalker because I don't give a fuck. But I am a nice person when I want to be. I think just us acknowledging and giving her virtual flowers verbally is a lot. You know what I'm saying? Like, we appreciate her maintaining her composure in class throughout this process. Even though I would have completely understood her going off the deep end, and that takes a lot of internal work, a lot.
So
she lost her shit a long time ago.
Exactly. So we're gonna skip past some stuff so we can get into some more tea before it gets too late. So let's just skim past. Everybody's on the bridge. Vanessa chose herself. Chaz did what you call a tit for tat. He went over here to Patrice. I don't know why he thought that was a good idea. Patrice is like, no, never did. That was only for TV. I wouldn't be surprised if later on Patrice come back and say that this is what production told her to say or do. I would not be surprised on that. Then she goes to Alonzo, and her and Alonzo say, hey, they're gonna run off in the sunset and be goofy together. And ain't gonna work. Ain't gonna work.
Ain't what I heard.
Ain't gonna work. That's just my perspective. What do you want to say?
And what I heard.
What do you want to say about it, ma'am?
Say about what? Forehead? That
Patrice,
forehead door and Patrice?
yes.
Not a goddamn thing. She knew what it was. It was a game. She knew out the gate that that was not the man for her because she already her intentions and her expectations would never be met. She came in looking for. Let's even talk. Let's bring in another thing. Her ex. Her ex already said, "Man, look, you got requires A, B, and C." Alonso was like, "Well, I don't have all that."
But they left together on the
That don't
bridge.
mean that, man. Look, we've been watching this.
That's
Shit
what
for
we're talking
9
about. We're talking about on the bridge. Who left on the bridge? That's what we're talking about.
She had no intentions on being with neither one of them. Yeah, they left together because that's what production probably told their ass to do.
That's what we're saying. We're talking about the bridge now. Okay, the bridge. Let's just stay focused on the bridge.
I'm
All
you
right.
asked me a question of what I
Just
thought, right?
about the bridge and them leaving together.
That it was fake,
Okay, thank you.
like them flowers.
What about Justin and Mika? We already know that was going to end the way it ended.
He did good with the little gondola thing. He did good,
Did good. Mm-hmm.
even though the water probably was stinky, but that's neither here nor there.
Okay, he did good. Okay, Lamar, you want to? I don't know what happened to Tamar. She's in black having issues.
No, I don't. I have no comment on that.
You have no comment on the bridge.
I ain't got no comment on. I don't got no comment on that part. Yeah, I really don't have a comment on that. I don't.
Okay, Will, do you have any comments on the bridges?
I mean, I told Mika and Justin like straight up, I'm real happy for them. You know what I'm saying? Like both of them are dope as hell to me. So I'm happy somebody made it out that dumpster fire. Happy. And I'm just happy to see what they got going on.
Okay.
Wait a minute, Will. I got a question for you. Are you ready to say? Are you ready to ask the world, nigga? I told you so.
Listen,
You still
somebody on Twitter said earlier today that it's crazy how I got Dirty Mac and Buddy still messed it up. And I mean, that's just how life is. I mean, if you gotta lie and steal to get something, you ain't gonna keep it long. So
karma.
Now, okay, you guys hold tight because you probably don't know about what I'm about to ask Smooth. Somebody Sandra said thanks for answering the question, but she also says, would this mean you will only know the answer to this? Would this be equivalent in how Mario humiliated Tonda? How she say her name? Tonda. You remember when Mario humiliated Tundra?
Yeah.
Would you think this was
no.
I think that was worse.
No. First, okay, let me back up. So the way that Mario humiliated, okay, that was another instance of two people not communicating clearly, right? And he was interested in both ladies, and in that situation, one didn't work out. Now, the way she found out, I think, was fucked up because they waited until the reunion, right? So when they revealed that they were actually in a relationship, she was like, "What?" So I think
that's what he's talking about. That's what she's talking about. Do you think?
So I think the way that it was revealed was fucked up, but I also think that we kind of all saw it coming because she was really kind of controlling with Mario, and he don't like that, and he had a better connection with the other lady. However, with this situation with Chaz and Vanessa, he let her on the whole time. And he didn't have to. It was so many. He could have, instead of doing her like that, he could have gave her a card. But you're gonna compare your whole interaction with the dead ass flower? What? That shit is crazy. And that was that. No, the humiliation does not compare. No, I don't think it does. They were both humiliated, but in far different ways. She was humiliated. The Tandra was humiliated because she thought this dude was working on something and come to the reunion and he dealing with the other lady.
The part with me with that particular scene, what got me was when he got up and walked over and sat with her.
He did what he was supposed to
I
do. He went
think
and
that
sat with his
that
woman.
what would have been for me if I was in Tandra's shoes. That part for me would have been like a stab in my chest. Like what?
And
Because
you was, 'cause you can see
Okay,
it on her face.
Monica, can I say something though?
yeah,
So the seating arrangements aren't decided by us, and so he probably made an executive decision himself, like to get up and move because
yeah,
they
okay.
sit us down like how they want us to sit. So I
Mm.
mean, it probably, I don't know what you're talking about. I didn't see that episode, but it probably aired a lot and looked a lot worse on TV than what it really was. He just moved
No,
away from where they sat him
no,
down.
no, it was bad. No,
Huh.
she thought they
Okay,
was
so
in a
wait a
relationship.
minute. Let me help him out. Okay, so I'm gonna give you, because I only see pieces of the clips of the reunion. I'm not talking about that. I'm just give you a hypothetical, Will, so you can put it in better perspective. So let's say you made it to the end, so they sat you and Maya on the couch, right? And Laron was on the other side, right? Okay. So Tommy's asking all three of y'all questions. You and Laron have y'all back and forth. Then Maya makes a decision to get up and go sit by Laron. Not by production, not Tommy. She just made that decision. And you stand up there like, wait, what? We just told Tommy that we cool, we working on things, we trying to communicate, da 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 da. So on air, he did that with his own mind.
Okay, let's go back a bit. Let's go back a little bit. The question was, so how you guys doing now since how's the relationship going?
Yeah.
And then it was a pause. And then she's like, well, and then he says, got up and walked over there and say, I'm over here now. That's what it was.
On national TV.
Very bad. She didn't know it was coming. It was
PP.
devastating. Twitter was lit up. The world was lit up. Houston was lit up. It was just a problem everywhere.
So seeing that and then comparing to what Chaz did with the dead flower and Vanessa, no, I think both instances were in definitely humiliating, but I don't think they're incomparable.
All right, so we're gonna wrap up on this because we got a little tea that I just want to talk about really quick. So the finale was Chaz went home alone with his dog. Patrice went home with Alonzo. Mika went home with Justin, and Vanessa chose herself and went home alone, right? It was predicted already. We already knew that. We knew all this was going to happen. It was just really predictable. I can say, my opinion, that this was by far no shade to anybody in this particular room right here right now with us. This was the worst season of Ready to Love to me. I watched it from day one. This season to me was very disappointing. And I don't know what's going to happen in season 2, but I hope they do some changes because it's not only fair for the viewers, it's not fair for the cast that's coming aboard thinking that they're entering a process to find connections or love, and they're entering the process of the Twilight Zone.
If they haven't changed
can't wait
in 10 seasons, bro, season 10, I don't think it's going to be any different.
Yeah, me either.
What
What's
up,
Will?
I can't wait until after the reunion. So like things that can't be really said now. Well, fuck it, whatever. So anyway, we mentioned to some of the people that were involved in making the show that they lied to us. Like the show that we are on isn't what they pitched us when we sat in the studio and they were like, hey, this is the purpose of the show. This is how, we're doing it. And, they asked us what we like, what we don't like, all this other kind of stuff. Like they asked us different things just to try to get to know like what we'd be interested in and, stuff like that. And then we're like, yo, bro, this is nothing like what y'all told us it was going to be. And one member of that company said, when is anything ever what you're told it's going to be? And we all was like, yo, what the hell? Like, you know what I'm saying? So I wish I could have talked to some of the next season's cast before they start the process, but I'm sure it's already done and filmed by now. But yeah, for the viewers, I'm sorry, bro. Like this isn't my first time hearing this was the worst season. I don't know. It was above me.
I don't know. I think it's because season 8 was a goddamn heap and a hot mess too. Like there's always drama. It's just the level of drama with the aftermath. I think that's what has everybody in a.
And this season, that part is a bit disturbing, a lot more because of how it's being played out, and it seems like that the trolls are just trolling. Like it's the viewers are not the trollers, the cast are the trollers. It's just weird. So let's go in and talk about some tea. I want to talk about a little bit. I want to talk about this interview with Crystal and Scorpio, and it seems like Lamar was on here to be a supportive friend. Let's get into the tea.
Look at Malone.
I thought this was very interesting. Shout out to Crystal Jordan, the Crystal Jordan XOXO. All right, this is her interview on her panel, the relationship recap with her and Scorpio Mo. Going to give props to her. Crystal is awesome. She's doing great things in the streets, and she does Ready to Love. Like this is her thing. So look, let's just listen a little bit.
How you doing?
I'm
good. That's good. That's good. I just support my boy Laron, man. Yeah, that's all. We just want to say hello. Okay. Yeah, that's it, man. That's it.
Lamar, you cannot come on and just say hello. You're gonna have to stay. You need to stay around now.
I mean, I'll stay around. I'm gonna be here. I got some time. Let's enjoy. Let's indulge.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's have a conversation. I want to just say, first of all, to both of you guys, I appreciate you coming on the channel. We don't
want to listen to.
I never had the opportunity to talk about how I felt about the guy on live. Right. Or I didn't. Right. I guess I could have, but I didn't. So I think that's the difference. I think when people see behaviors, you get a chance to talk about it and it airs on television. Right. So I'm sure it's produced. I mean, I've worked in television for years, so I'm aware that it's produced. But I will tell both of you guys, for me being a publicist for 20 years and working with some of the biggest celebrities in the business, I've noticed that usually who you are on television is a piece of the reality. Now, it may not be the entire kit and caboodle, but I've worked with Housewives, Love Me, all these different reality shows. And somebody would be like, I'm not like that. I came off as like loud and obnoxious. And I'd be like,
you kind of. I feel you.
So what do you guys think about that? Do you think, in any case, I will start with you, Laron. In any case, do you think that what we saw was a representation of one side of you?
Well, I absolutely don't eat catfish like that. Let's just put that out.
All right, so let's just stop it right there. So, Lamar.
Yes.
And this question is for William also. Do you guys think that the way you were portrayed was the question that she asked? Do you actually think that do you think that it made you look a certain way, or do you think no, that's just me?
Yeah, I think that I mean, a lot of it's me. Yeah, of course. I mean, but you got to know the whole elements. I think they produced what they produced. You got to understand what was going on. People ain't gonna see that, and you can't be worried about that. They're gonna, because they're filming everything. You know, you're having conversations about a lot of different topics, different things. They're setting you up at different places, different dates. So the person that's saying what they're saying really is saying that. Now, how they produce it, I mean, you got apps to do that on cell phones, so you can make things seem. But if that person's saying it, then they saying it. You know, and maybe that's what they're trying to make, that atmosphere or make that trying to change the temperature of the vibe, but maybe they bored, maybe they trying to get you know you here, or maybe if I go talk to a woman, I think everybody was being genuine. If the women, they pushed them up a lot. I really believe they geared it towards the women, just based off description before the show dropped. How they were making them look. I don't think the pictures were professional. From the dropping of the show, you already had people trolling from the pictures. I mean, it wasn't even professional. Like, you're not pushing that. The girls was color coordinated with their things. They get so yes, it was not portrayed just from the jump. It wasn't portrayed for the men. It was very, they're just going to go based off the bloggers, based off the viewers, which is most African-American women in certain age groups. You know what I'm saying? So it's a big age group too. And so, yes, they're going to gear it to their viewers, because a lot of the men ain't watching that unless they watching it with their lady, unless they watching it with their gal. They not finna click on Ready to Love. You know what I'm saying? So they gonna gear it towards the viewers. I get that, but it should kind of balance a little thing, and that's why I don't complain about it. I don't come out and cry about it. I might say my little things here and there, but it is what it is. And to answer your question, yes, they did not portray everybody correctly, because there's a lot more that goes with me. But those that know me know me. Those that don't, I ain't got to defend myself on none of that. You know what I'm saying? And most of the men that didn't don't have to. I can't
hear you, Monica.
I can't hear you.
Can you guys hear me?
I'm just saying, talking. We can hear you. Well, what about you, William? You had a hard hit. Well, do you think?
I mean, for the most part, I mean, what y'all saw is who I am. I'm a laid back, chill person. I don't be doing the most. I'm not trying to be in the scene. I'm out the way and quiet most of the time. I didn't like how they tried to portray me with the whole group chat thing, but it is what it is. People that know me know how I move for real. But I think for the most part, what she said in that video is true. Your true personality is going to show, even in some of those clips. I mean, they can only do so much by chopping stuff up and using your words out of context, and because, like, for example, that the date I had with Patrice, Vanessa, Alonzo, and myself at that Korean barbecue place or whatever, they made it seem like me and her had this real tense, awkward interaction, and that's not even what it was. They put that weird ass music on there, and it made it seem like we was being like weird with each other, but that's not how it really played out. And so my friends were like, "Dog, that's not even like you. That's a show." But if you know me and you've met me in person before, like, I'm personable, but I'm not like bouncing off the walls trying to be Mr. Funny Man all the time. So
No, you're definitely not.
I think it's accurate.
Okay. All right. So in this in this Crystal interview, it's certain things that I just want to talk about. Look, Lamar was here for moral support. He bounced out. He didn't have a lot to say. He was just there with his supporting his PV, doing his thing. And he didn't have a lot to say. And so now, okay, so when Lamar leaves, Crystal's all confused because she was just like, "Well, where's Lamar?" Well, then Chaz pops on. So then Crystal kind of notion, like, I didn't know these people were coming on here. You done invited the world, and what's going on now? That's something I want to discuss with my girls right now. I want to start with Tomas. You've been AI, missing in action. I said AI.
Oh, I've been listening. I've been
missing in action. Why do you think that Laron called all of these people to come on this interview without the host even knowing? And then I want Smooth to tell me what's her thoughts on whatever you think is. Yeah.
I don't think she was necessarily ambushed, but
I didn't say it. I said, why do you think
she's ambushed?
This is not about her. I said, Laron, why did you think he?
Yeah, let me finish my answer. I was saying I don't think she was necessarily ambushed, but I think that he knew that she was gonna jump to whatever she gives. So the more people he have to come on to co-sign or affirm or support anything that he's saying. Oh, he gonna bring them. So I do believe that he brought his team, and tried to get as many people on there, whether they agreed necessarily with his point or just any point. Get on live, hit me up. I'm gonna send you the link. Jump on, say what you need to say. And that was showed when he got to talking. And Chaz was like, go ahead and say it. And it comes out that, per Laron, Patrice was cleaning his house and rubbing his feet. I mean, it's like there's no limit now to what's going on. Every time he brings somebody on, it's another layer. It's like it strengthens the monster. I yeah,
Come on.
I'm
Yeah. Smooth, what do you think? The washing his feet, cleaning his house and washing his feet. I was like, what really?
I mean,
come on, Smooth.
Okay, so I think he's an opportunist. I think he is pretty smart in marketing.
Mm-hmm.
He saw an opportunity in the hole in the fence, and he took it. Whether it was approved or not, he's determined to get his point across by any means necessary, whether he's proven or disproven. And if he feels like he wants to bulldoze somebody's interview, that's what he's going to do, and that's what he did. So if he's going to gather as many people as he can to help legitimize his point of view, whether we see it in writing or not. See what I'm saying? So I am disappointed that he chose that type of avenue. Like, if you want a podcast, get your own shit. Don't try to bulldoze somebody else's shit. That's stealing. Don't do that. That's crab type behavior. Don't do that. Nobody's trying to say you can't have your own point of view or your own, mindset, but don't try to bulldoze somebody else's shit to get your shit out there. That's like hijacking CNN. Telling everybody else shut the fuck up. I'm finna do the news today. That's stupid. And you sound immature and like low key like a bully, because now you trying to take over like he tried to do your shit. Don't do that.
He called
everything gonna stay on the internet. Some shit bleeds out into the streets. You gotta watch. Don't do that. You want a podcast? God damn it, pay the money and create your own shit.
Well, my view, and then we got a question.
That's why I got off, though, to answer the question that was asked earlier. That's why I just disconnected, because I didn't know that. She's like, oh, I didn't know y'all were supposed to be on here. You had a guest. She didn't know I was coming. And so I didn't know that. You know what I'm saying? So then when he was like, boom, Chaz coming on, I was like, because there was no exit for me. So I just like, let me just go and get off. Because obviously I'm already on here. She didn't know, so I didn't know that either. So I'm like, oh, man. So I thought everything was already organized. And so that's why I just like, yeah, I guess I lost it.
And then she says, where's Lamar? How he come on and just leave?
Oh, yeah. See, I didn't even, yeah.
She wasn't expecting all that. And I have a question. Someone has a question. Sandra has a question for you. I'm gonna come back to it in just a second. But let me put my point of view on why I think he does that, because I've watched several of his interviews and he always has to have somebody with him.
Mm-hmm.
He is just like Maddie. Story time. You know who Maddie is? Maddie is my little poodle. Maddie likes to run when the big dogs are outside. And she barks and barks and barks and barks. And then Maddie sees if the big dog is going to come towards her, she looks around for me and Matthias, which is her protectors. And then she runs behind us and she stands there. She's still barking, but she's peeping, but she ain't going to go nowhere. That's what he does. A whole lot of barking, no bite. And he has to have other people to fuel him, because he knows that the world thinks he's an asshole. So he has to have the backup to make the other people that might listen, oh, he's a great guy. Oh, he's this. Oh, he's doing wonderful things. Dude, stand by yourself. At the end of the day, you never let your right hand know what your left hand doing. At the end of the day, don't nobody have your back but you. So you're gonna have to learn that lesson. And you're probably gonna learn it really soon. But when you go back and look at yourself, and you're still looking at yourself because you're still doing things that are very inappropriate. And I can't say anymore that you're young because I've encountered with some older men that still act like you. So it's just you and your personality. But it is not a very strong one. It's not very strong. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna keep talking about it. I ain't through. I'm gonna talk about it until after we come back from the party. Okay. I said what I said. All right. So I want to go because I want to talk about Chaz now. Anybody feel like they don't want to be on the bandwagon with me? Because I got a lot to say about these two young men. You can drop off at any time. It's okay. Because guess what? I'm on the bandwagon. Okay. Now let's look at this. Let's look at this part right here.
Around from the beginning, but no, it's more than 3 or 4 years. And I think we all understand there's nothing wrong with that. He's exactly where he's supposed to be. What I've said about Laron this whole time is, how old are you? 32?
I'm 32 now, 31 on the show.
31 on the show. Come on, come on. It's unfair to put a 31-year-old, and how old are you, Chaz?
47.
47. That's totally.
Let's talk about that. Did you guys think that, Lamar? Did you think that putting 30? Well, how old are you, William?
I was 38. I mean 37 when we was filming. I'm 38 now.
Okay, so Lamar, you're 40. What, 3?
Yes, I was 42 when we were filming.
So when you okay, so let me ask you a question. So most of the women were around his age. Did you think it was a balance? Did you think it was unfair?
I didn't think about it at all, honestly. It's not something that crossed my mind. I didn't view anybody as competition. I was there for the reason I was there, trying to meet my person. It didn't happen. I went home. It wasn't a competition for me.
You talking about as far as the girls or the guys?
Both. The age, like the age range between the men and the women. Like it's just like, for instance, if we go out, just say I go to the address, right? There's a spot here, and they have a range from 25 to maybe, I've seen some people that look like they may be 50, but on certain nights you might go there and you got 25 to 30. Then if I go there and I'm like, okay, why am I here? You get what I'm saying? What was it a balance? Did you mind that? I mean, I'm just like,
No, not age. No, not at all. Mm-mm. I think that's a wide range. I mean, people like what they like, you know. And age
so was it a wide range
of age? Yes. Yeah. It was like 30. I mean, the show like from 30 to almost 50. You know, that's who watching it. And then you got 50 to 70 that's just watching. That's watching. But those that's interested, really interested, are your 30 to 50 that's dating and stuff like that. So yeah, that's about right. Yeah. 30 to 50.
Okay, well, let's see what Crystal had to say about it.
That's unfair. It's unfair, especially with women that are older than Laron. Yeah. It's an unfair fight.
Right.
But I'm glad it happened.
Well, maybe. I'm just messing with you. But I, the problem, like I said, I want both of you guys to speak to this. Chaz, welcome. Laron. I owe you.
But, I had to bring y'all a special treat, man. You know what I mean?
Laron, I don't know who's coming on. Tommy may be next. I don't know what the hell's happening. But it feels like you guys, you said you came on looking for love. That's hard to believe, Laron, because I don't think you have an issue meeting women.
No, I don't. I don't.
Okay, so my ladies, do you guys think Laron have an issue meeting women?
Mm-mm.
Is the way that he act the way he acts is because he does have an issue meeting women?
Mm-mm. I don't think so.
What about you, Smoke?
No.
You really want me to answer this question?
Mm-hmm.
Damn it, man.
I do.
No, I don't think Lil Papa got a problem meeting women, it's communicating and keeping them that is the issue. That's in Galatians 4:20. Bars. Just because you can meet a frog, that don't mean the frog gonna stay and not go back to the damn pond. Bars. So it's not, I mean, as soon as you leave your house, you can meet somebody, but in having the ability to engage in a conversation intellectually, mentally, emotionally, and financially, and also stimulate them physically is also a requirement to maintain such a foundation. That is the problem. And when you try to replace one with the other, if you lose both your legs and they only give you a right leg, how you gonna replace the left leg with the right leg? You still one leg down. Bars. Bars.
I gotta find that sound effect.
No, I think you're done on the sound effects. I think we're good. Yeah, I think we're good. Yeah.
Okay. I want y'all to stay right here because this is very interesting to me, and I want William and Lamar to listen to what Chaz says because I want you guys to give me a little bit of real time tea on what you think about the statement. Okay. Stay right there.
I have a lot of guy friends, good guy friends, and they kind of give me a different perspective, which is why I think, I can do things like this because I see it from both sides. But he said, I don't think you understand if you get on a site, and Mo and I are going to do this.
I don't want that.
If you don't want to. But what are some of the things that you heard? What were some of the red flags that you heard from the women in the cast that were a turnoff that women may not understand, so that they can understand, that how that attitude is unattractive?
Great question. Is that for me or Laron?
That's for you, Chaz.
Okay. All right. Well, one lady was in the lounge, the women's lounge, and she said that she had been to my house a few times, and she said that she was the lady of my house in front of the other ladies, and the other ladies came back and told me. That was a turnoff. The other thing was just really talking about like my physical accomplishments. I don't lead with my wealth. No, I owe you an explanation. I did not invite them to my house. Production, after they verified each of our assets and stuff like that, they wanted to film here. I'm assuming because it was cheap and it didn't cost them anything. But it wasn't, I didn't lead with them inviting them into my home and filming here. And I really hate that. If you really know me, I'm a very private person. And the last place I bring women to this is my current primary home, but I have some other homes that are not as nice. And I typically bring a woman there and see how she responds and reacts before inviting her into like my main home.
Why is, and I guess I want women to hear, like, what does that say about her character? What is the response that you're not looking for, and why?
For me, when I was younger and broke, dating was easier. And the intent of a woman being with me was very clear. Once I became successful, dating is harder. And I really question the motive of, why are you with me? Why do you want to be with me?
Laron, what do you think about that? Do you because to me it's very clear for Chaz to have all the connections. I think the majority of the men were attractive. I'm just gonna leave it at that. But I don't think that for Chaz to have all the connections, it did seem like there were a lot of women that were very attracted to the fact that he was financially stable.
Yeah, I mean, shout out to my boy Chaz. I noticed the shift once at the pajama party, and that's after, obviously that's after they've been to his house. Chaz had a lot of connections before they went to his house. There was a few, but it was like a topic. Like, did you see Chaz's house? Oh my God.
So how did this really play out, guys? Do you agree? Let's talk about the first part that he said. As a man, is that a problem that women are attracted to your stability or to your success or to your standards. That's a problem. Either one
I
can
would just
answer.
say, I would say that I mean that's every man has his own perspective and what he feels and how he was raised. Me, no. A woman wants a man, and it doesn't matter. Every girl I talk to, because every man should have goals, and so they want to see you be ambitious. They want to see you be achieving whatever goal that may be. They want to know that you can hold it down. Now in certain age groups, as you get now, he might have experienced some things when he didn't have money. Well, I was in college. When I first got out, I had no money. I still was getting good women. It depends on what you're talking to. I mean, stay in your lane. You know what I'm saying? If you ain't ready for that tier of a woman, she gonna let you know that you ain't ready for that. Then stay wherever you are. But you might get that third tier woman and you might be a first tier. You might, but I don't think she gonna look at you because she might just want somebody like you. Encourage you. She likes your hunger. She likes what you can give to her and her family. So to each his own. I don't think that all women are that look at where you are financially or where you are stability, like, oh man, I just got this and I only got that. You might complete her on what she needs. So I do not agree with that. That's different people see different things and not me. I think that you never know. Just like Maya said, she kissed a few frogs in her life, right? And the Princess and the Frog, what happened in that? And so you just never know what's going to happen in a situation. So I don't.
Like that. Thank you for that. I appreciate that. William, what about you? Let me ask the question. Sandra said to you, and this you can tie this
Me.
into this question. Yeah. She says, William, do you think that you sharing about your father was not shown as a strength but was weaponized against you? And so then also lead into the other question. Is there a problem if a woman, I mean, just say you do good for yourself, like you military, you a comedian. I mean, you have some things going for yourself. Is that a turnoff for a woman to be like, oh, you a comedian? Oh, you got benefits? Oh, I mean, like, how's that? And then answer Miss Sandra's question. Do you think that they use your sharing your father's information weapon instead of your strength?
Yeah. So the funny thing is typically when I lead with me being a comedian, because I'm not a big name, everybody automatically assumes that I'm broke and I just run with that. I don't care. But I mean, once you get to know me and you get to know everything that I have going for me, it kind of changes things. But I never lead with my accomplishments. Like Lamar didn't know I played ball overseas until we went to the gym that day. Like I don't talk about myself like that. You know what I'm saying? I don't put myself out there. So I don't have an issue with women wanting a successful man. I have an issue with women I don't know how to say this, but a lot of women a lot of women that I've encountered expect a man to lead with money, and that's never gonna be me. I want to get to know you for who you are first. I want you to know me for who I am first, like me for who I am, and then you can get what I got. You know what I'm saying? So that's what's important to me. I don't know what everything Chaz has going on in his life. I don't know what his pockets are like. I didn't talk to none of these dudes about money. Some people said they was rich. Some people said they was doing all right. That's none of my business. But for me, I mean, we ain't really gonna discuss finances until we get to a point where I'm comfortable discussing finances. I'm doing all right. You're gonna see I got a place to live. You know what I'm saying? I do well enough to be able to take care of my kids and my parents and myself. Like I'm doing okay. Outside of that, you don't really need to know what's going on with me. And as far as the whole my dad thing, that's something that I don't feel like they showed everything. Because at the getaway, there were multiple dates throughout the whole what did they call it? Lamar, they called it the process.
Yeah.
Yeah, there were multiple dates throughout the process, I'm checking on my dad. I'm driving from Dallas to San Antonio to go make sure my dad's cool. And, they would hit me up last minute, be like, hey, you got to come back and film. So I tried to quit multiple times, like dead ass tried to quit. And before we filmed that scene with me and Patrice out by the fire, Maya was in my room trying to convince me to stay because I was trying to leave. And Patrice was in my room trying to convince me to stay when I was trying to leave. This was at two different occasions. And Patrice was in my room and production came and kicked Patrice out and gave me this whole speech about I'm being selfish for wanting to leave and I'm self-sabotaging and to let the process play out. So then they were already, everybody knew what was going on with my dad as far as the production side. And so they were like, well, who do you feel comfortable talking about this with? I was like, well, I only have two connections and both of them know. So they were like, well, just sit down with Patrice and, talk to her about it. And I was like, I don't really want to. And so they just pushed me and I eventually did it. And that's why in that scene, like, you can see me kind of like laughing as I'm wiping my eyes because I'm like, I don't want to do this. But I don't think they showed it as a weakness necessarily. Again, talking to Patrice and talking to Maya and like I'm cool with all the girls, you know what I'm saying? They chopped it up and I know production has a way of chopping these conversations up and making it look worse than what it is because they did that to some of our lounges too. So I don't think they really showed it as a weakness. They might have taken, somebody been like, yeah, well, Will has a lot going on. And then they just showed that one part and made it seem like that was the reason why I left. But the reason I was voted off is because I told them that I wanted to go home. And never mind. That's all I can say about that for now.
We would definitely revisit that again. Trust me. So, ladies, you got anything to add before I get to my final point of this interview with Crystal?
Wow, that was a lot.
It was.
Look, I agree.
You agree?
I followed along. I
Okay.
agree. I can hear what he's saying. So yeah, I'm good.
Okay, well, I want to get to one particular thing, and then we're gonna call it a wrap. We're gonna see the other two till we come back after the 5th. Okay.
I want to add. I want to tell Will some shit. So I'm gonna don't worry about it. I got you. I'm hit you up in you. Yeah, that I got. Yeah.
Okay. I want to know too, though. But okay.
I noticed the shift once at the pajama party, and that's after obviously that's after they've been to his house. Chaz had a lot of connections before they went to his house. There was a few, but it was like a topic. Like, did you see Chaz's house? Oh my God. He got 4 or 5 bedrooms. He got this, 3-car garages. Like it was a topic. And it was just like, I even noticed the way like some women started looking at him different. I had another connection, and I won't say her name, but I dropped her because I was just like, she looking at Chaz now like he's Hercules. Like he's just like, you know what I mean? Like he's just gonna save her. And a lot of women said it. They were just like, yeah, you take me to the suburbs, or it was. They looked at him, obviously like he's a good-looking guy, but then they looked at his wealth like, okay, this guy is gonna save me from my current situation. And I know that sounds crazy, but that's the sentiment that I got.
Yeah. I can believe that. So that explains a few things about the overwhelm at that point. Then,
yeah. Oh my God, you should have seen how they were fighting over this dude.
Okay.
Well, we saw a little bit. We saw a little bit, but I do want to say this, and I want to ask all three of you guys to chime in on this. I think that I always tell my guy friends, because I work around a lot of men that are very wealthy, right? And so men are very usually superficial when it comes to women's looks, right? Mm-hmm. Chaz, obviously you keep yourself in shape. Obviously you're going to want a woman that looks a certain way, and that's probably your first thing that you're first attracted to. I would say that's probably the case for all three of you. So I would tell my guy friends that are like, wealthy, fair exchange is not robbery. So you want a woman that looks a certain way. Women by instinct are always attracted to a man that's able to provide, right? That's not a negative thing. I think it becomes a negative thing when that's all you care about. But I think just like a woman with a small waist and curved hips is considered attractive to men, I think that women are looking for a man that is able to, if you're saying you want to fall in love and you want a husband, you cannot marry someone who's not prepared to take care of the family or lead, specifically to lead. How can you lead if you're not together? So what do all three of you say to the fact that we understand and women accept the fact that you guys are physically motivated? But why is it an issue when women are security motivated? Because I don't think it's just financial. I think it's security. I think it looks like a man that I know for myself. I got married almost 4 years ago, and it wasn't about what my husband had, but I did appreciate the fact that I had my own, and he knows that. Never needed anything from him. I wasn't looking for him to save me, but I wasn't going to marry a man or take a man seriously that wasn't stable. Not going to happen, because I'm not, that's just not what, to me, husband.
Let's leave it right there. The word save. It was kind of alarming to me. So what? Okay. You guys were on the same journey as these guys. Did the women come off like they wanted to be saved? And what does that mean? Because I'm gonna play ignorant, since that's what I was told I was at once. What does that mean? Smooth, maybe you can answer. When we women, we want to be saved. Like why would he say that?
I can't speak for that man. I don't know.
I didn't say you. I said Smooth.
Oh, I'm sorry. I apologize.
What would save mean, Tamaj? It was a woman. Why? How would we want to be saved? Like what was it? What is
First
that?
of all, I'm not no damsel in distress.
Damn, I was in heaven. I'm like,
not,
to answer the question.
I'm not no damsel in distress. I don't need this. Ain't no Superman, Spider-Man type of shit. I don't need to be saved. I ain't no bank account. Let's clear that. The word choice is wrong. I do think that the ladies viewed Chaz rather than getting to know his personality, was looking more at his financial. I don't know. I think they were looking more at his wallet. So that was forming a lot of opinions about him out the box. But as far as for a man saving a woman, I think that's really barbaric, misogynistic to say. Because I feel like it should be equal on both fronts. Like if my man needs a new tire on his car and he don't have the funds, I should be able to get that done. If he
Right.
can't get the car note for 1 May and I got it and we together, I got it. Vice
Mhm.
versa. So that's not him. That's not me saving him or him saving me. That's us coming together and being financially responsible for one another.
Hmm. Hmm. I
Now I'm
totally
not going
agree.
I'm not going to. I agree 100% what Smooth's saying, but I also acknowledge that there are people out there that do want to be saved. They may be doing well in this situation, but they still aspire for that status or place in life where they could truly be a housewife or even nowadays house husband. So I do understand, I guess, his awareness, and from what he revealed in that interview with how he perceived his mother and father's relationship as it pertains to their love versus the wealth, he has come out with a certain fragility with that. So I do feel that he's real tender to the touch, to where it's almost like too many compliments makes him a flight or fight type of thing, and he flies away like a little bird, like he's just as fragile as a kitten in that area, not in a good way. Like it creates a paranoia if you can't. Not saying you have to bring somebody to your house and move them in, but if you have to create layers of intrigue to your life and set up all these mazes, then you may be wasting real time taking away from somebody authentically getting to know you. Um, and so but I don't stone him for it. If that's his reality, then it explains a lot about why some women may have a hard time, with him.
That's why I still dated a lot of scammers.
It's
Well,
out there. It's out
And
there.
credit card specialists.
my thought of it is when he made the statement that the girl said, I want to go to the suburbs, that they wanted Chaz to save them. His mind is so small, it's like the size of a pea. He did not think none of that when he said that. What he was thinking, and this is my opinion, okay, is that when you put save and I want to go to the suburbs together, then what are you saying about the women? What are their standards? Where are they? Because anybody can live in the suburbs. They got housing. They got vouchers in the suburbs. They got women that may have came across government funding that live right in the suburbs. So it does not about the suburbs. Okay.
I think that's what he was getting at. Like I said earlier, his views on women are very condescending.
They are very
and very disrespectful. And it may be due to some type of past trauma, but the way that he expresses himself, he has like a low key disdain for women or disdain for women of a certain class. He's very classist. And I don't know. I just
I think that Chaz and Laron both look down on the women in this particular cast. And that's what I do not like, because they've said it several times that these are the women that they are not used to dating. And that's when it comes on with the saving. They want to go to the suburbs. I'm used to dating women of corporate America. Everything has came out of their mouths. And this particular interview came from the women wasn't good enough for them. So they was trying something different because this is not their norm.
Well, hell, if that ain't working and this ain't working, they ain't the problem. Your ass is the problem.
So, Lamar, what do you think about that?
What part?
About the way that they downgraded the women in this cast and said that this was different for them. They're used to dating up. The women want to be saved and go to the suburbs. And I don't know what else where they could be living if they didn't live in the suburbs. I don't want to reach and put words in a young man's mouth, but he did truly say they want to go to the suburbs and they wanted to be saved. He also did say that Chaz said it first. Chaz says, I'm used to dating corporate American women. This was different for me. I wanted to change it up because that wasn't working. I've never dated a hairdresser. I've never dated a flight attendant. So, hey, and then this guy right here comes back and says it at the end. The same thing. I've never dated a hairdresser. I never dated a flight attendant. I wanted to try something different, but I guess I need to go back and date of my standards, of my bracket of wealth. That's what Laron said. So what do you think about that?
I think that like I tell you, the consistency. I've been saying that that's how he feel. I don't see. I don't.
Well, okay, I'm gonna take that question from you. I'm gonna put it like this. I'm not.
I don't agree.
Let's take the question away from what he thinks. Right. With you being on the cast, William, you being on the cast, with the women that were on the cast, the same women that they were on the cast with, did you think that these women were different than any other woman, being a corporate America woman, or the difference than the hairdresser and a flight attendant? It's a difference somewhere.
I got you. Well, let me just say,
get it together. It's just stuttering. I wanted you to say it straight.
No, I'm being 100 with you. I've been 100. since y'all first episode, second, whatever I was on, is there ain't no women different than I've ever met that I've ever encountered with in my life. I don't think that none of those. I mean, I don't think nobody, not to me, trying to get saved, people trying to make some connections. Now, if they were trying to be fake, whatever they're trying to do, I didn't read it. I mean, some of them were standoffish. Women give you signs, but I don't think that they were trying to. If you were trying to date up, then you trying to date up. Good luck. Roll the dice, man. It's a lot of women in this world. You sitting there looking for Mr. Perfect. We are too, I guess. So if you're trying to do that, good luck, and then it's gonna show. So I don't think that no one showed that when I was there. I think that everybody knows that there's a camera in front of your face, and this ain't a guy you actually picked. You know what I'm saying? That we all in here in this pool. You know what I'm saying? This ain't, you might not be your type, but I guess I'm gonna try to make it my type. So I guess the process was maybe, because some girls might not even talk to me. She might say, "Can I get you something?" No, I'm good. And then we'll never even get to that part. So we in the pool. So I didn't see that anybody was like, "Hey, I'm looking for who got the biggest bank account." You ain't gonna know that. You know what I'm saying? And so I didn't read that from the women looking for that. They might have been attracted to some success based upon everything they're putting together. But it's to each his own. I don't think that. I think that the pool of people, I think production and everything, that the show came from everybody, from the cast members to the production. But as far as the women is concerned, I don't care what they said about me. I didn't see nothing wrong with what they. I don't give a shit about what they don't. But I don't see them being like thirsty. Nah, not at all.
Okay, that's a good word to use. That's a good word. William, did you think they was thirsty?
Nah. I think, people, I feel like it's crazy to bash the people you was just trying to date. You know what I'm saying? I feel like it's like them dudes that try to holler at a girl and she say no. You be like, well, bitch, anyway. That's weird energy. I've never understood that. But every one of the women that I met is dope. You know what I'm saying? It's just whether or not we had that connection romantically, that's a different thing. But there's not a single woman on that show that I would say is a bad person that, I wouldn't go get a drink with or kick it with, as at least friends, like it's to limit yourself to who you're going to date based off of where somebody is in their current position in life, that really shrinks your pool and reduces your chances of actually finding a legitimate relationship, because you don't know what season somebody's in their life. Somebody could be in their season of like rebuilding, and 2-3 years from now they could be more than what you ever thought was possible, but because they're not where you traditionally think they should be at this point in their life, to look down on them. I mean, I can't rock with that, because I've had it all, lost it, got it back, and then you can't laugh at nobody's struggle, because your ass will be the next one struggling. So I stay out of that. They all dope to me. It is what it is.
Move. You have a question? Thank you, William.
Yeah, I got a question. To the gentleman. Do you think it would have worked more for the entire cast to have a licensed mental health professional on staff to talk to you guys, to help you navigate through some of this?
They did that.
I want to say yes. I want to say yes. Like initially going through the process, they have you talk to a mental health professional, but I think that's just to like narrow down the personalities that they want to have on the show, because from what I've been told, they have the same personalities every season. And so I think that's just their process of them trying to get, that's this person from last season. That's so they have a formula that they want to work on. I think I'm just talking about from my background in the Army, like in what I do, we have somebody that's on standby, like for when we have traumatic stuff happen to us that we can go talk to. But the issue is the same in the Army and probably the same in this. Like if a person doesn't realize that they're crazy or they're messed up in the head, like having that mental health professional isn't going to be able to help them because you can't fix a problem until you acknowledge an issue. So
But I mean as far as, because the whole purpose of the show is individuals that are ready to love, not preparing, not looking, not buying a house and comparing, you know. So I think, do you think a person, a mental health professional that is their concentration is in love and relationships?
I think that would be dope. I think that would be amazing. Like I've used that in past relationships. We went to a relationship therapist, all that kind of stuff. I think that would be amazing. But the issue with that is, like, the show is pitched to the cast and to the audience as a show that's about finding love.
Correct.
In reality, it just owns love and hip hop. That's all it is.
Fact. What about you, Lamar?
Yeah, I think that yeah, the show is what they make it. I mean, it's a great title. I mean, it's all a part about the people are ready to love. I mean, that's a great title to anything. You know, who's not, right? Who don't want to love? So if you don't want to love, that, you know, God is love. So now it's the one once, and so that means you don't believe in God and you ain't ready to love. So or you love. So the title, it sits itself. But am I ready to love you? Is what it's the question. Maybe it should change the title. Am I ready to love you? Because that's what it needs to happen. And then we're all ready to love. If you're single, right? Yeah, that's what most people are trolling people from, because they ain't got nobody to love. And so therefore, however you feel like somebody said something, you know, and some people say some things that you might not like, but doesn't mean they weren't ready to love. It just wasn't something that you felt that was appropriate. And some things might not be appropriate. And then it gets messy and stuff. So I don't think, to answer your question, should you bring a mental somebody, a professional, because at that point that's when you gotta, yeah, we all need that individually. Everybody needs some type of we all got mental issues, but we gotta wait till we get to the part first. And then I think then you can counsel a couple. But I don't think counseling should come in, because ain't enough time, enough time for you to even build anything to bring a professional in to answer your question, though, DJ Smooth. No, I don't think they need that. Maybe to find out who needs to be on the show, to make sure they ain't crazy and cut nobody's throat. Yes. But and see their characters and whatever, because that was a long process, you know. But for the show, nah, let that happen. And if they come, then that could be something else to help them become stronger. Yeah.
I think the better change for the show, and I've seen this proposed before, is stop voting people off. Just let all 20 people go to the end and see relationships build off of that. Because like my connection on week 1 might not be my same connection from week whatever, however many episodes it is. So like the whole voting people off and people trying to make it to the end is what turns it into like this messy survivor like type situation. Whereas if you just let people develop their connections and let them run their course throughout the whole thing, you'd have potentially more relationships out of it at the end of it, and you'd have less of that, oh well, this person said this about you. I mean, it's still gonna be drama because, you know, people are gonna still try to snake each other because, oh, I think I like her more than I like her type stuff, or oh, I want her to like me and not like him type stuff. But that will still happen. But the whole not letting people, because for example, I didn't even get a chance to meet Patricia. You know what I'm saying? And I think Patricia's dope as hell. But you don't give people that full chance and that full like opportunity to actually find somebody. You only have 20 people in the beginning.
Right.
Yeah, you don't get to date everybody. So you know, it's like a word of mouth. Like I haven't had no personal one-on-one date, and the ones I did, I didn't get to choose. You just got to go for it and have fun. So if they, like, I agree with Will. You know, if they let you just, hey, maybe I said the wrong thing that time. Hey, baby, I call you again. My bad. What did I say? Did I say something wrong? I'm sorry. I apologize. But you don't get to see all of that in reality. But
And that's reality. That's how dating goes.
But in
Yeah.
reality, so you don't get
Yeah.
to go back because you're like, oh damn, I want to double back over there. I was
Mhm.
feeling her for a little bit. Now I'm over here. You know, you got emotions here, emotions there, and that's what makes the show because now it spins a web of things, and that's I think the purpose. It gives it television, right? But it's some connections though. At the end, there's some connections, but it's like a web of stuff that's being spun because we're here, there. Now you got that, because you ain't. If I was dating you, Ranga, you gonna let me have 2, 3 other women? I'm gonna let you know. I'm gonna go on a date with DJ Smooth real quick, and then I'm gonna have a date with her, and I might come back to you and let me see if that worked. That ain't no real dating. You know what I'm saying? If I'm focused on you, they should keep focusing right there with that person. Find that connection and section these dates off and really build something with someone. Yeah.
That's your intention that will be communicated.
Right.
What will lead to the execution. But if you aren't there, then Monica, if you've clearly communicated that you're dating to you're dating, so it's like an introductory process. Nothing is solidified. So she can't get mad with me. You go out on a date. I can't get mad if you go out on a date. You and her go on I can't, because you've already communicated your intentions clearly to back up your execution. So nobody in that scenario can get upset.
Right.
Unless until it's communicated and it's told, like, hey, if we're gonna do us, if we're gonna do us, then we doing us.
Us, right.
Yeah. But if it's not, if you like, okay, because like right now I'm dating. Like I'm not committed to nobody. I'm dating. Now, if I pick one of my bows out of my basket of pool that I date, and I say, hey, I think I want to just get to know you, so I'm gonna cut off this communication. Let's see where this goes. If he's agreeing with it, get me? Because this got to be a two-way street. This can't just be all me. I'm dating only him, but he dating everybody else.
That's where the mess comes in.
That's where the drama starts. Because Vanessa and Chaz. Vanessa was all in day one with only Chaz, but Chaz, even though going back to the Crystal interview, he stated in the interview, and you guys can go because I'm not going to play her whole interview. You guys can go and check her out on her page and on her YouTube channel. Her videos there, but he did state on the interview that he was turned off by all the women on the show at the beginning. He never. So Crystal was like, well, you had 11 connections. Well, basically, he stated that it really wasn't anything because they turned him off because they only wanted him for what he had. So therefore, with him saying that brings me back to the point on that he planned and played everything just because he just wanted to be seen on television. That made him seem like a big guy because according to him, he was never intending on having a connection with anyone because they all turned him off when they all saw his home. He also stated that Vanessa turned him off because her and Koshia got a little tipsy, intoxicated on one of their nights out, came back to his house, and Vanessa got very angry because he didn't send Koshia home. Made a big fuss, went all dramatic and all that. But again, he did not like anyone because he was turned off. But he made her feel like she was the woman of his house because of the things that he was communicating with her. So that's another thing. Let's go back to dating. If I'm gaslighting you and making you think that you're my only person, but then you go out and you see me accidentally in somebody else's face, but I done already told you at home it's me and you, I'm dating only you, then I don't expect for you to have an attitude. Yeah. So Vanessa has an attitude because you and her doing a lot of communicating behind the scenes away from everyone else. That's where it goes to the holding of the hands underneath the table, the eye connection, and all of these woo eyes when nobody's looking. That becomes drama. So I don't think that OWN is allowing the process to be a genuine process. If it's going to be a Find Your Love show, then yes, they have a lot of work to do. I'm just gonna be honest. The best Find the Love show that I've ever seen was the one with Lil Bow Wow and the House in the Mansion. It was a good show. Don't nobody know about it. Nobody watched it. To me, I think they did a wonderful job. OWN should go check the show out. Yeah,
I think they need to bring back Put a Ring on It.
that too.
They need to bring back Dr. Nicole and Put a Ring on It. And if y'all haven't watched it, go back and watch it, because that was on the same timeline as Ready to Love. However, you had a licensed professional
Going
help
through the process.
yeah, she was helping these people go through the process. Even though they were already in committed relationships, that don't mean they stayed that way. That don't mean that. But regardless, the end goal was to make sure that both of the people in the process were mentally healthy enough to either stay or leave.
And then another thing about the process is that don't get me wrong, Lighthouse, I don't know you, production team, you guys, y'all work, y'all do your thing, that's your job. Y'all are paid to do what the people tell you to do. It's a job. I get it. But we know after this season, there's so much talk about what you guys have not done. Laron also stated in a Crystal interview that from day one, this comes to back why he was so adamant and so upset about him and William and the way that he attacked him. He said day one, when he first saw Maya, he wanted her. When he first
sure did.
laid his eyes on her, he
sure
said,
did.
I wanted her. So then I come and I'm thinking, well, that's why you attacking William, because William also had a genuine connection with her and he liked her. So yeah, your mind was to already just eliminate him from the picture, because even though you gaslighted on Koshia, because Koshia was definitely not a woman you wanted to take home, because she was a grown woman and she probably would have knocked you upside your head a couple of times. That wasn't gonna happen. You already know that. But production had to play a part into doing these things, and that's why you got, at the end, you finally got your chance to be with Maya. But he wanted her from day one. His whole intentions was, I'm gonna get her. That's what he said. That's what he wanted. So it all just seems like a bunch of mess to me. Okay, with that being said, we're gonna close it out tonight. We have enjoyed. Let's give a shout out to the people in the Instagram. We appreciate you guys. Hey Marvin, if you're still here. Hey Kelly. Hey Kelly boy. Hey Al. Lord, these are like my people in Mississippi. They are rocking for me. They supporting me. Hi. I love y'all guys. So this was a good show. I'm so excited that Lamar decided to come back. And William dropped in on us. We love these conversations with the cast members, past cast members, new cast members, old cast members. It gives us a good insight on what they go through, and also it gives us the opportunity to not to bash, because on this platform we're not into bashing. We only tell the truth, right? Our truth and the way we feel. If it comes off as somebody got upside the head, it's because it was warned. We don't just make up stuff. We don't just come out, pull it out our ass, and just wake up and say, "Oh, we want to tell Chaz to fuck off." Oh, LaRon is just a young jerk. We don't. It's like we kind of really thought about it and we talked about it all week, and then we decided that we was going to talk about it, and that's what we was going to say today. Okay. We know what we're talking about. We know who we want to talk about, but we do it in good faith. Okay, we are the aunties of the Ready to Love, the auntie that's gonna whoop your ass when you're not doing right. We don't mean no disrespect, okay, and we don't mean to offend anyone. I can say that for my panel because this is my show. The things that I say, I don't mean it harshly. I say it because these are the things that I would say behind your back. So I'd rather say them in your face. All right. Some things, it's just not right. If it ain't right, it ain't right. All right. I don't dwell in the house of mess, but I do dwell in the house of truth. Okay. Disrespecting women, telling them that dead roses was a thing, calling women out of their names, calling men out of their names, doing things to men and gaslighting them. It's not right on both ends. Men and women both. We all have fault. We all make mistakes and we all do things that are not warranted. But at the end of the day, I am a motherfucking blogger, commentator of reality TV. And sometimes it is what it is. I say, I do. Now, how you take me is how you take me. You can watch me or you don't. You can block me if you want. Don't matter to me. I'm still gonna come and shoot my shit with my people. Right? Now, at the end of the day, I want to appreciate everybody that has welcomed me back because I stepped away for a minute to do some things on my branding side. We will be here every Sunday at 8:15. We will be starting a new show called Never Ever. Yeah. Sundays is on day for us. Okay, so whenever on is pushing out, we are supporting. We support the cast members. We support all of our people because they're mostly African American people on the shows, and that's what we're here for. We even if we don't like it, we are still here to support. We support William. We support Lamar. We support Laron. We support Chaz. We support all the girls. We support all of the guys because these are our people. All right. If we are not watching it, they won't have a platform to be on. So that's what we're doing. We're supporting. So we're going to support the new show, Forever, Ever, Never, Ever, or whatever the name is called. We're going to support that. It starts on the 19th. But before that, we will have a 2-hour series. Good night, Sandra. Thank you. We will have a 2-hour series, April the 7th. Okay. And we will be reviewing the reunion slash party in Dallas because we are going. We will be there and we're going to come back and let you guys know if it was a shit or was it a good thing. We're going to do that. We're going to review the party along with the reunion. Okay. Lamar probably want to come back. Maybe we'll see. You might want to step in, whoever wants to come in. But we will be here reviewing not only the reunion, but we're also going to review our experience at the party. We are going to have fun. I'm going to meet up with my people. So I'm super excited about that. So make sure you guys are here. We will be dropping a promo so you guys will know. But that's what we'll be doing. All right, next Sunday here after the reunion. We will be chopping it up. Never ever meet. See y'all at the party. See you at the party too, girl. So people that say they're going to the party, y'all make sure y'all stop by our table. You will know we are.
No, they don't need to stop by shit. You can wave and keep going. You only got 6 seats. I don't give a fuck.
I didn't say stop and sit. I said stop and say hi. Stop
I
at our table.
said what I said. Don't stop, but wave.
Stop at our table and take pictures with us. We want to have pictures for our album. Okay.
You gonna set
I will know that because I will have my girl was the T stamp on the
Spook, why
table.
you like this?
Hey, I came out like this
I will have my
every day, all day. What you talking about?
I will have my glitter
I love you.
microphone.
I love you more.
All right. All right. So also let you guys know. May 9th, if you're in Houston, don't pay them no attention. May 9th, if you're in Houston,
Bro,
that would
how
be
you
my
gonna
birthday.
bypass my birthday? You rude.
That would be my birthday. And that is my premiere of my podcast show, live audience, cocktails and conversations. Okay. So tickets will be dropping soon. Get your early bird tickets. We're gonna have door prizes, giveaways. We got so much going on. I have some Ready to Love cast members in the house that's gonna be talking on the panel. I have 2 surprise guests host that will be hosting as well. So I will be talking about that the rest of the month. We dropping the buzz out there. I'm super excited. I get my own live audience, and I'm super excited. Okay.
Coming with some sound effects.
Oh, wait.
Your ass. Exactly. Me.
So I'm super excited, y'all. Y'all just don't know. And it's my birthday. And also my brand, Most Styles Fashion, is about to be launched also. And I'm super excited about that. Now I just got to give me a man.
You tore your ass. She be
Yes, friend.
Don't clap for that shit. She just tore your ass. She at the club.
Oh my God. So,
okay.
All right. So tomorrow, just go around the circle, say y'all good nights, and let's get it.
Oh, baby, good night. You know, shit. And good morning. Good night and good morning.
It's not good
Okay.
morning.
I don't know what else to say.
Cause you high.
Oh my
Oh
God.
no! Don't do me, honey.
We
My
can't even
brain is
see your
all
eyes, ma'am. We
Yeah,
can't even.
Tamasha got a whole lot going in my world between packing, moving, shifting, all that, and raising my babies. I am quite tired, but I'm a soldier. Wait till this coffee kick in. Just wait.
We're not gonna wait. No.
Okay,
Yes, the hell you
Mark,
are.
what do you got going on? I seen you on some flyers. You got some things. You out here hosting stuff.
You talk. Me. Oh yeah, man. We had a
See?
thing yesterday, man. You
Talk
said
about
me?
me being high. He don't even know where he at.
No, it kind of cut off. I didn't hear. I heard
How
it.
was your event? How was your event last night?
It was good, man. It was good. We're doing it every Saturday out there in Watuga, man. So I'm out there hosting, man, and also, this Friday being there, this Friday for the reunion party, and so we're gonna have a great time. But yeah, doing a few things out here in the Dallas Fort Worth area. But I do miss Houston. Shout out to H Town.
Whoop whoop.
Shout out all day, Mo City, Texas, to be exact. And I will be out there May 9th too, man. But hey, everybody have a blessed Monday. Thank you, Monica, for having me here, man. Thank you so much. Appreciate you, man. Anytime. I love it. I love your platform. You're doing great things. I support. And so thank you for being here, man. Have a blessed night.
All right, there you go. Don't y'all leave. Y'all know, do not drop off until I end this live. William, what you got going on?
Man, I Army been having me crazy busy, so I haven't been booking a lot of shows, but I got a lot starting to pick back up. So I'll be in Florida in May. I don't have the date yet, but as soon as I get the flyers, I'll have that. I'm working on getting to the secret group out in Houston soon. San Antonio, I'll be there in 2 weeks. I got some stuff cooking up, but Army been holding me hostage. But outside of that, man, please keep praying for my daddy. If y'all been doing that, I appreciate everybody to show love and ask me about my pops. And thanks for watching, man. Thanks for following and all the support from the show and everything. I appreciate all of y'all.
And we definitely thank you for all three of my soldiers and veterans. Thank you for your services.
Appreciate
For real.
it.
All right, and Smooth is going to close it out.
Can you take an offer for the prayer?
Oh, I'm looking over my glasses because I'm a granny. Listen. All right, so I want to say thanks to everybody that's continually showing us support, following us, giving us, their feedback on our viewpoints. We care, but we kind of don't. So, man. Anyway, look, Lamar, I need a hookah on the 5th. The little hobbit said I was gonna have a hookah at the other spot. I need a hookah. So if I don't have a hookah, we might have an issue.
Hookah.
To caveat off of what Monica is saying, she's gonna have an area for y'all to do that greet and meet shit. Don't come to the table with that shit. Because I'm not, yeah, I'm not. It's just not gonna happen. Look, Also, if you got a lot of sparkly stuff on, like some cowboy boots and shit, don't come by the table. Just keep it moving. I said what I said. Keep it moving. Keep the sparkly shit over there. Cause listen, you don't know, somebody might be epileptic, somebody might be low card. Listen, Linda. I have severe PTSD, so we don't want that to be set off. So I'm just giving my disclaimer.
You want to say this 3 days before we go?
You fucking right. Don't listen. So listen, don't come with no disrespect. Don't talk loud. Don't try to be intrusive, because I'm gonna bite you probably in real life. So don't do none of that crazy stuff. But look, so my birthday is coming up. Oh, happy resurrection and Easter. Yeah, that's tomorrow. April Fools in a minute, in 30 seconds actually. My birthday is April 20th. So if y'all down here in Houston, come listen. If you're part of the weedology philosophy of life, come through. You want to know where I'm at? Hit me up my DM. Don't be asking me a whole lot of questions, because I ain't gonna answer you. I'm gonna block you. I look to see, and everybody, I don't care about what y'all shook your head, because I said what I said. I'm like this in real life, because I don't give a damn about no keyboard thug. Yeah, because I'm on that every day, all day. I love everybody, and I don't like people. God bless.
You barely know me, but I will fuck you up! You barely know me, but I will fuck you up!
And fuck Monica with all these goddamn sound effects that she done stole from YouTube. You know what I'm saying? Like, I said what I said. Now, if you want me to make you a drop, I said what I said. Yeah.